was really awesome, Kevin, to put this on.
Yeah, just watching several cars out here, you can see the difference in the level of abilities or skills, or maybe the longevity they've been here. They understand how to drive these cars. For some of these guys, if they're fairly new to this, we quit using this car a while back at iRacing. They used it in a specific series. Now, it used to be the old beat car. It's a little funkier to drive than the new beat car. The new beat car drives really good. This one can be a handful when the tires start to get a little hot.
Absolutely. Because I'm seeing a lot of these guys out here really struggling, just trying to, maybe get 1 or 2 laps in, or maybe 5 laps in, and when they feel that little bit of a tire fall off, they're already struggling with it.
Yeah, and it gets tight when the tires get hot, and that's why we're seeing a lot of guys spin coming off the exits of these corners. You got to manage the tires a little, you got to pace yourself. You got to be mindful of the guys around you and in front of you. The guys behind you got to be mindful of what you're doing. It's going to be an interesting event for 100 laps in this old car. A lot of grip in the track, not a lot of grip in the car. I think they're a lot of fun to drive, and I love to drive them here.
Yeah, they are a blast. I always like driving this car ever since the first time I drove it. And I really haven't found a track yet that I don't enjoy racing it on. It's a challenge on every track you go to, a different type of challenge, whether it's a bigger track like Michigan or a smaller track like Thompson or something. It's a lot of fun. It's a blast to drive.
Especially when you get with a good group of guys, it's a whole lot more fun.
Now, apparently they have had some practice races this past week, and last night I guess there was a lot of cautions in it, a lot of wrecks and stuff. And Kevin's talked to them. I guess they are going to be having a drivers meeting here in a little while, probably right directly here, I guess. And try to get the guys to calm down a little bit, take their time. Set a pace out here is going to be a big thing for these drivers, setting a pace and making sure that they're going to be comfortable with that pace, whether they're up in the front or in the back.
Whatever it takes to help. If they've had a couple of practice events and it looks like it's going to be a little, skittish, then it'd be a good idea for some of them to maybe back it up just a little, slow it down a little. Sometimes when you go slow, you go fast, and that's a good thing. I think we're scheduled for 43 drivers right now. I'm seeing time off of 31, and I think we got about 34 or 35 that have joined the server. So it looks like this is probably going to go ahead and fill up. It's going to be pretty cool for 100 laps with 43 cars out there. It'll be the first time I've actually seen it outside of a pro event.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. With a full car field like this, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. Green flag pit stops. I'm not really positive what the pit window is on this car on the track. Now, 1.5 miles, if these things are anything maybe like the trucks, we might see 40-ish laps, somewhere along in there, 40, 45. But I'm not sure.
Rudy, I think you could probably get somewhere between 50 and 55 out of this car. We'll probably see about halfway. If it goes green, everybody will throw it down the pits and try to run it the right way out. But if not, I know I at least want right sides every time for about the first 30 laps, depending on how hard we've run. If I was going to be out there rolling around with these guys, it kills the right side tires, but the left side seems to hold up pretty good here.
These things are a beast to put fuel in. Very slow to put the fuel in these things, so that's going to be the big thing. There's going to be some lengthy pit stops, I believe.
Yeah, I kind of agree. If it goes green very long and we got to do a full fuel run, yeah, and that would be your game changer. The mistake on pit road, just like almost every race you run. If you make a mistake on pit road, it costs you a lot of spots.
Yeah, just to let everybody know, this this race is going to be put up in the memory of Jason Disney. Was killed in Afghanistan, and there is a donation has been made, and the donation goes to the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America in the name of Jason Disney. So I think that's really cool of this whole thing, that they've actually, had somebody to donate the money to, and for a good cause. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always a good thing when we can host a charity race. Someone can put one up for a really good cause, and to have it, as a memorial to someone, and any of the proceeds go to a charity that probably was close to that person, or had something that affected that person. That's always a really kind gesture. It's good to see all these guys helping support that.
So glad all you Twitch viewers could hang out with us here, and hope you enjoy the show with us tonight. I'm going to try to do the best that I can humanly do here in the booth, and I'd like to really welcome my good friend and co-commentator here, Roger Wagner, in the booth with me. Welcome there, Roger.
Thank you, Rudy. Yeah, I hope the drivers put on a heck of a show for everybody watching on the broadcast, and I know, when you get the two best guys in the business in the booth, we're going to do a great job.
Well, I don't know about all that, but you might be good.
Well, you got to have something, and I've got confidence. I can't drive for crap, but I got confidence I can do this.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Well, I've done enough of these. I just hope that everything goes smooth tonight. We've got a few little extra things that I'm going to have to do tonight, but this is going to be pretty cool. I think everything's going to go smooth. I've been kind of double checking and triple checking everything, make sure I've got everything set correctly, and I think everything's going to go smooth.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to the guys watching this afterwards and enjoying it, and I hope they do.
Yeah, and probably the one thing I know we probably both need to do right off the bat is apologize for anybody's name that we mess up, because I've read this list 15 times, and there's still a couple that each time I come to them, I'm not going to get it right the first time. It's not going to happen.
I agree. I agree 100%. So we do apologize ahead of time, guys. If we mess up your name, sorry. We'll try to do the best we can. Yeah, the car seems, I'm not sure if it's a loose coming out of the turns, I believe, because I'm seeing a lot of the coming out of like turn 2. You got that flat wall that you're gonna, you're coming out the back stretch. It's a little different than coming out of 4. 4's, you got that wall right there on the coming out of turn 4, right at the entrance to pit road, and if you don't hit that just right, there's like a little hump right there, and if you don't hit that just right, you will tap the wall, and it will send you right out across the infield grass. So this is something that the guys are really going to have to, be right on top of. I see they've.
Yeah, I've been kind of watching some of that myself, Rudy. I'm wondering if maybe this setup is just a little snug in the center, and so it's starting to get that push loose when you're tight in the center, and that drive off, it doesn't rotate as much as it needs to, and you put a little extra wheel in it as you get up to the exit, and when you come off, the back end gets a little happy and goes around. But if you touch the wall, especially coming off 4, yeah, you're going for a fun ride across the infield grass, and probably right down into pit road.
Yeah. We're kind of seeing a little bit of a mini pit party going on here. The guys out here trying to running a pack, and I think this is what they need to do a little more. They've got about a little less than 45 minutes here to practice. They need to start practicing running around each other a little bit, and that's going to be the key factor here today, being able to run around people, trust them coming out of the turns, and knowing what they're going to do. Communication. I talk about this a lot in a lot of the broadcasts that I do. Communication is a major key when you're on that track. Communicate to the other drivers your intentions, or let them know you're coming on the inside or the outside, or and I think that's a major factor.
I agree too, and plus when you run in one of these little, pit parties, mini packs, you get to see, what can I do if that guy in front of me gets a little loose, or if I get a little loose and I'm in traffic, what is it going to take for me to keep from taking myself or anyone else out? And it gives these guys a chance to get a live experience of how to correct a mistake or anticipate what's going to happen next. You get to see those things. If the car gets loose, most of the time it's going to go backwards up the hill, and you get a chance to see if you can apply the brakes a little, or lifting and cutting the wheel. What's that going to do to my car? So it's a really good experience. It gets these guys where they're more comfortable if something were to happen around them. Because guys can go out and ride lap after lap after lap behind somebody. Most people can do that. It's what happens when there's an incident or when I need to take evasive action. What's going to happen? What's the setup going to let me do? What's the car going to let me do? How am I going to handle that? And it's good for them that way, I think.
Yeah, I see a lot of. I don't think we're going to have to worry so much about actually taking the air off of somebody. These are not. They're aerodynamic, but on this track here, I don't think aerodynamics is going to play a major factor. You might get a little bit of aero push coming off a 4 or something, but coming down the front stretch, you may get a little draft. But other than that, I think coming up on the back of somebody is really not going to take the air off of them. I think they're just a little more stable than that.
Yeah, I think it's not about getting you loose. I think it's about the guy in front making the guy behind a little tight more than the other way around. So I kind of agree with you, I think, but I do think they're a little aero dependent. I used to call this car the Twisted Sister because the left front is all slammed way down low as it can get, and the right rear is hiked up about as high as it can go, so it can put that spoiler, that blade on the back up in the air and catch that air coming around the corners and keep the back end planted. So I think with that hole that you knock in the air, it can take the air off the nose of the car and make the guy behind more tight than it does the guy in front loose.
Right. Coming down to almost down to 40 minutes left here till qualifying time. You may be able to watch one or two of them qualify here, as we did log into the server as a spectator, and we're going to try to stay on somebody that's going to turn a really good lap here, and hopefully we can follow a few of them. We'll do our best. One thing we haven't really talked too much about so far is the track, Roger. It's a 1.5 mile oval, and very, very popular track. The guys out here, I think everybody has ran this track coming up through the rookie stages, and up into the D class and C class, and so everybody's got experience on this track, whether it be in the street stocks or maybe the MX-5 or something, but now they're running something with a lot more horsepower out here. This national car does have a lot of horsepower, and they're actually turning laps faster than the trucks.
Yeah, it's a big track. There is a lot of racing room. It does narrow up pretty good coming off of 2, coming off of 4 especially gets real narrow because that wall comes at you really quick there. 24 degrees of banking in the corners. The car goes down in there, sinks in good and tight. Usually it sticks really good unless the setup's just crazy loose. But I don't think this setup's very loose. I think it's actually pretty snug. lot of speed. You carry a ton of speed getting into the corners, and you got to get a little rotation if you want to carry speed out of the exits. The good drivers, you know, they've got that right foot. They're working it to get through the corner fast, get the plant, and get off. And when you miss it a little, that's when that nose heads for the wall. And when the corners narrow up, it happens fast. Is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yes. And one thing that I have noticed in a lot of races that I have watched and broadcasted here, and raced in myself, as wide as the track looks, it looks like you could run 3 wide here really easy. But let me tell you, when you're out there on that track, running 3 wide, I'm going to say no. 2 wide, you can run it if you know all day long. As long as you got 2 good drivers out there that trust one another to run side by side. But you throw that 3rd one in there, whether you're coming up on lap traffic or somebody trying to take a 3 wide for a pass, I'm telling you what, that's a caution maker if I've ever heard of one.
I agree completely. I think you can do 2 wide. I don't think you can do it very long. The guy on the outside just, you know, it just kills his tires with heat. But when you try to go 3 wide, you need to have a really, really good reason. One of those guys got really slow, lost his momentum, did something. Otherwise, you are begging for disaster. And 9 out of 10 times, it's going to happen. It's going to take 3 extremely talented guys to run more than a half a lap here 3 wide.
And a lot of communication. It's what I preach that. I know I preach that, but communication, oh my God, you cannot communicate enough, you know, and you got to let the drivers know what, you know, if you're planning on taking the 3 wide, you're going up the middle or to the right side or whatever, you better let somebody know so somebody's going to have to back out.
I agree. It does help a lot when you communicate, and I also think it's you got to know that you can trust the other 2 guys, and you got to have all the confidence that you can keep your car on its line for the entire time. Otherwise, yeah, you just made a really, really bad decision right there.
Yeah, definitely. So we're still missing just a few drivers, maybe 8 or 9. I'm not sure exactly. 8 or 9 drivers maybe that have not showed up yet. And I think we were kind of figuring that there may be a couple no-shows. So, but you know, I'm seeing a very tight field out here, Roger. Very tight. I mean, we're talking, wow, clear back. I'm looking clear back here to 25th place, and we're less than a half a second. Or about a half a second.
Yeah, and the top 10 are all, well, now it's the top 13, 14 are all under the 29-second bracket. I counted 37 drivers in the server. 34 have taken time already. So we're not that far from having this full field present.
It's getting, I think the drivers with all the practice races that they've had and stuff like that, it's really made a difference in some of their driving. I think they've learned a lot out here, and I think that's a good thing.
Yep, the best medicine for getting better is practice, 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 and lots of seat time. And the more you can get, the better off you're always going to be, and it's going to help everybody else as well.
And I'm showing Nim Cross has just entered the server. Hasn't turned a lap yet, but we'll try to kind of watch and see when he takes to the track and see what kind of time he's going to pull here. Now he is one of the head of iRacing here. He's the chief steward of iRacing.com, and it's really good to see him out on the track. I hope we get to see him here soon. Want to see him turn a lap. Nobody better to know how these cars react and how they feel than the guy that's the chief steward. He's the guy that everybody complains to when you have a problem with somebody. So the poor guy, he needs to kick back and relax a little bit and enjoy himself too. He gets that chance tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see him coming out to turn a few laps, especially in a good charity event. And you get to hear from Nim if you're a bad boy or a bad girl on the servers. And it'd be good for some of these guys to just get to run around and have some fun with him. I've raced with him in some official races a couple of times. Actually got the pleasure of beating him in an open race one time. So I got one of those little certificates that they hand you for beating an iRacing employee, and I really like that one.
Well, yeah, that's definitely one you want to keep right there. That's cool.
There he goes. He is aprons turn 1 and 2 right now.
Yes, sir. Running in the number 36, taken to the track, Mr. Nim Cross Jr. himself. Good to see him on the track finally. Let's see what kind of lap time he can turn here. Fast lap, I guess he has turn to turn. Oh, he's a fellow Pennsylvania. I used to live in Pennsylvania. I'm not exactly sure where he's from. He's around the Philadelphia area, or I'm sure he's probably from the big city. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, somewhere along in there. And oh, he turned a pretty good lap there. It's about a little less than a half a second off the leader. So great job, Nim. That would be awesome to interview him tonight after the race, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good just about to interview any of these guys, considering that, I mean, it's a big charity race. This is an invite only. You don't get to just, oh, look, they're hosting a race and go in there and run. You had to be invited to this. So anytime you get to be invited to a race, these guys usually get pretty excited about that stuff, especially if it's televised and you get talked to after the race. That means you've done really well, and it's usually a bunch of really talented people that you were competing against. So it's a pretty good honor for all of them. I think all of them will be excited to get a chance to, give a shout out or say thank you to whoever after the race if they get a chance.
Yeah, I would definitely feel honored to interview him after the race, maybe sitting on the podium or whatever. He just T-boned somebody. But yeah, that would be a huge honor. I've never, had the opportunity to actually had to deal with them for anything. I've never protested anything or anything like that. So, anybody that has had that opportunity, just to be able to see him out here on the track, you can go out there and race with him and take your frustrations out on poor Nim.
Yeah, I don't want the letter that says, "Hey, you messed with me in a hosted race" from that guy ever, though.
No, definitely not.
I'm actually waiting to see Sean Siff, the director of marketing for iRacing, is slated to be here, and I have not seen him join the server yet. So he's the guy. If you go out to any of their events, at a NASCAR event, or if it's a iRacing hosted deal somewhere, it's going to be a big deal if you get to shake his hand too, because he's the guy he's kind of the face. When you go there, that's the guy. If you meet an iRacing person, usually at one of these events like the conference they host in Dallas or any of the NASCAR events, Sean Siff's the guy you're going to walk up and shake his hand most of the time. So I'm waiting to see if he actually makes it tonight. He's the only one I don't see right now.
Yeah, I'm showing about 35 drivers that have been on the track so far, and we've still got 8 more drivers to show up, and we still got 30 minutes to go, so we still got plenty of time. And I do remember Kevin telling me that I believe Sean is having computer issues, and he is probably not going to make it.
I hate to hear that. It's always good to see all the guys from iRacing, any of them, anytime. Nim's here, that's awesome.
Yep.
But to have more than one in a race, I've never personally seen that, so that would be really cool.
Yep. I'm loving it. It's good to see, these guys have worked so hard to provide us with, such a fun sim racing deal here. and all the behind-the-scenes stuff that we don't even know about. Like you said, all the handshaking of the tracks, because they've got to cut the deals with these tracks to get them laser scanned, the cars to be laser scanned, and they do such a great job. And we got to thank them big time for this. And it's just good to see them be able to come out here and kick back and relax for a little bit and enjoy themselves. They work so hard all the time.
Well, not to mention, just that they put all that together, but to get it out to as many people as they get it out to, the number of people that are members of this service, and at any one given time, you can race against, over 5,000 people. So it's grown more than my expectations ever were when I beta tested this when they first opened it up. I thought, yeah, this will be something. We'll have, 3, 4, 5,000 people maybe over the life of it. It's actually grown way beyond what I had imagined it doing, and these guys do such a good job with continuing to give us new content, tracks, mods, improving everything to try to keep everybody happy. And that's an impossible job, keep everybody happy, but yeah. I think it's gotten a lot better as the years have gone on. 6 years here. I've been here over 6 years, and it's amazing, where we started to where it is now. I think it's a wonderful deal to see the guys that actually do all the developing and have all the headaches get to actually come out and have some fun. Really, really amazing.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people know this, and maybe some people don't, but where iRacing came from, the graphics are 10 years newer than where it came from. And the graphics today are just amazing, and I look at it each and every time that I'm out here broadcasting. I look at it and think to myself, just think of the work that has went into the graphics of the tracks and the cars, and it's just mind-boggling. I can't comprehend all the work that's been put into this. I don't know how many hands, how many people, how many people behind the scenes that we don't see have put the work into this, but I'm very, very thankful to all of them. Appreciate it so much, more than you guys will ever know.
And those people that do all the developing and everything, and also all of the people who volunteer their time to test all of the new stuff that they're trying to get done to be introduced. Every 13 weeks we get a new build. Something gets changed, and they have to test all of these things. It may be 13 weeks prior to that they started, but the people volunteer their time to do this. They don't get paid to do the beta testing or the alpha testing on these things. So, they're the guys that give all the feedback so that the developers can change anything that needs changed, tweak it, make it better. So all of those people, there's hundreds of them that help make this all better for all of us. And like I said, this thing has grown so big and is so much different than I anticipated it being. I've been very impressed. I've been, like anybody, disappointed with a few things, but overall, this thing is really growing big and faster. And now I think they're going to get it on Steam, which has an unbelievable amount of people as members already. So we're going to see an influx of new drivers. It's going to be the biggest racing simulation in history, if it's not already. And I don't know, I don't keep up with those stats, but it's actually pretty amazing what we do here.
Yeah, and the thing of it is just buy you a wheel set, all over. You can get them on eBay, Amazon. You can buy them anywhere. Newegg, Direct, Tiger Direct. You can get a good wheel. Get the game. Come out here and run with these guys. Yeah, it's nice to sit there and watch it in Twitch, and then some guys sit there and watch it and go, "Oh man, I wish I was out there racing with them." You got to do this. You got to get out there. You got to feel it and understand that it's the closest that you can actually get to the real thing, right here. Without actually getting in a real car and doing it.
It doesn't cost millions of dollars to do this.
Exactly. You don't have to buy a car to do that.
Rudy, is Kevin here? I see his name in our booth list here. I was wondering if he was actually here.
Yeah, he is in the booth in another channel. He's broadcasting on his Twitch and car, and we're going to try to drag him down from time to time, maybe under caution, and talk to him, if not on the track. But probably at the end of the race, we'll drag him down here with us, and he wants to be here for the interviews and have a little word in with everybody and thank everybody. So that'll be great to have him in the booth with us.
Hi, Rudy. I just walked in.
Oh, hey,
what are you guys
Kevin.
talking about?
There he is, a perfect timing, actually, because I wanted to ask him directly, what all did it take for you to actually get this all together and get this put on? Because it seems like this has been kind of building for a little while, and I know you've had a couple of practice races with a bunch of these guys, and just kind of tell us, how this got started and what all it took to get to where we are tonight.
I started streaming iRacing in October, and then I was out of work for a little bit, and was streaming every day and kind of built up a following, like 20 people. Then I got a job in February as an attorney in the firm I'm working with, and decided, you know what, I'm just going to race the iRacing NASCAR series. So every Thursday night, I race the iRacing NASCAR series, all 34 weeks of the series, and then people knew, find me at 9 o'clock on Twitch, find the race on YouTube the following day, and based on that, I built a group of people that watch me all the time. So my videos average, well over 1,000 views every week, and I just put the call out. I said, if you watch the stream or the YouTube, give me your favorite moment in the history of the channel or the stream, and that way I would only get the drivers that I knew were true fans of the stream, would pick up the obscure, funny moments. And that's what we did, and the call went out, and I got about 60 people who wanted to race in this thing. And I picked the best ones. I also picked a couple of VIPs, people I know wouldn't watch the stream, like Empty Box and Cross, because they have their own streams. So this thing actually got put together very quickly. I just came up with the idea a few weeks ago, but the call has been answered, and here we are with a pretty decent sized field.
Yeah, we've still got a few that did not show up, but as you expected, Kevin, that there's always things that happen in real life that prevent you from making it to a situation like this here. That you pretty much committed yourself, but real life situations kind of take that away from you from time to time. So, but yeah, very good turnout. I am super impressed.
Well, I just got to thank the people who are supporting me. So everybody, this wouldn't be without my viewers, and that's why the guys who are watching who may not watch all the time, who are turning in to see something that looks like the Drivers' World Championship, are not going to get a race the quality of the Drivers' World Championship. Actually, they might, depending on how many cautions there's been in the Drivers' World Championship this year. You're looking at what I call the bread and butter of iRacing. You're looking at your regular everyday members that just do iRacing because it's fun and maybe try to get better. So that's the whole goal, is we're all just supposed to have fun, and maybe we got Nimcross in here to set people straight if they're not having fun.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody's going to tell us how to have fun, I think he's the guy to do it.
It's just good we were talking about that before you come in, Kevin, that it's good to see, the people from behind the scenes coming out here and trying to relax a little bit and, reap what they've sown, relax and run on the track that they worked so hard to create, And this being one of the premier and favorite tracks in iRacing, very good choice of track, very good choice of car. I highly commend you for that. And I think this is going to be a pretty good race for those that work so hard for it, to get out here and relax and kick back and have a little fun.
We run practice races all week, Rudy, and once we get to racing, it's really, really good. I mean, the field gets a little spread out, but you'll find a great battle in the field for sixth, and they'll be nose to tail for 30 laps. The racing is fantastic. It's just, we're just so close together, and the cars are actually a little tricky to drive on these restarts, so they're very hairy.
Well, all in all, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the guys, and we just hope you know, I mean, you got no resets, so you know that could be a problem for some guys out here. They get a little loose or something and tag the wall and get damage on it, and maybe struggle with steering or whatever, trying to get out there and finish the race. But I hope it stays green and stays clean all the way.
Well, I do too. I'll spill the beans to you now, but the drivers' meeting's in 4 minutes. I'm going to tell them for every 20 laps that we go straight under green, I'm gonna give another prize away.
Very cool. Very cool.
So we go green to the end. That's five more prizes that are going to go to the drivers.
Nice.
That's excellent.
Yeah, that's nice.
See, we get the inside scoop, Rudy.
Yeah,
we
that's
are
right.
special people, I think.
But of course, you know, all the drivers are in your stream, so now they all know.
Yep.
I don't have the game volume up, but I see voice chat now. Pop it up left and right.
It's lighting up.
Guys, we gotta go green. We gotta go green.
Well, let's just hope and you know, we see it go green all the way. I'm all about, Kevin, I love to see green flag pit stops. You can ask Roger, I each and every week, man, I'm just like, I want to see green flag pit stops because it's all about the driver. You know, we all sitting in here, whether it's in Twitch chat or not, know that a race can be won or lost on pit road. And, you know, not only in real life, but right in here too. And, you know, it just makes the race so much more interesting when you have to see the guys use their expertise about making sure that they hit that line at the right speed, you know, so they're not going down pit road too fast so they get a penalty. They got to come in and serve it under green, can't serve it under yellow, you know. So, and that changes the whole complexion of a race sometimes. And like I said, it's all about the driver that way.
Well, I'm in full agreement with you, Rudy, and anybody who's watched my series in the NASCAR series made so many mistakes on pit road. So I'm full agreement, Rudy. It's all about the driver.
Yeah.
I think your cat slipped out of the bag, Kevin. I see it in the text chat now.
I know.
Oops.
Prizes.
No, it's fine.
Prizes.
Dang those media guys anyway. Well, I hope everything's a big success. I hope everybody has a great time. It's really cool that you put all this on. I know you've taken a lot of your personal time to do it, so you know, from myself and I'm sure from Rudy as well, we say thank you for choosing us to broadcast for you. I say thank you for allowing me to be here and watch something like this, and I hope maybe in the next one that I can get an invite to come and race with you.
Well, thanks, and this is my first time meeting you, but I'm sure you'll do a great job. I just watched the league race you broadcasted last night. Just let your viewers know that it's I'm all about fun. So we're just all, don't take anything I say seriously. You know, we're all just here to have a good time. That's what iRacing to me is all about. You know, I'm going to compete for $10,000.
And that's what I kind of wanted to say too. You know, that being you're on that topic, Kevin, that you know, if we say something in here, it's not directed toward anybody personally. It's just we're calling the race as we see it, and it's not to like point the finger at somebody for doing something wrong. You know, blaming anybody. It's all in fun, like you said, and we want to just call the race as we see it. That's it.
Well, I'm in full agreement, Rudy. I was going to address that during the meeting, which I have to get to, so I'm going to step away.
Okay. Well, thank you for
Thanks for
joining
dropping
us,
by, Kevin.
And good luck
Well,
with
thanks
everything.
for having me.
All right. Well,
That was pretty good timing, wasn't it? He came right in right when we were talking about him.
that was pretty cool.
He's got all the drivers going now. They all know if we can keep it green, they're going to get some extra stuff, and that's a lot of incentive right there.
Well, I have a little treat for the viewers here. Kevin wanted me to throw out for everybody, and I'm going to play this here. In a minute here. Wait till everybody gets in here and it's nice and quiet. And I'm going to play a little treat for everybody here.
The following is an important message brought to you by...
Hi everybody, I'm Ruckers Kev of the YouTube channel Ruckers Kev. Please watch my YouTube channel at youtube.com/RuckersKev. Don't miss out and ask yourself, why me?
Still there.
Oh God, I'm gonna lose third. I'm gonna lose third now.
Stay high.
My God!
Clear low.
Why me?
So join me at youtube.com/RuckersKev. I promise I'll show you a good time.
Celebrate good times. Come out.
Green, green, green.
Check up. I'm out already. And I'm out already. Didn't even make the checker to start finish line.
All right, there you go. Now you've all got to see that as a little treat. But while they're having their meeting here, I do want to say these guys. Oh man, I got to get things calmed back down here.
You get yourself worked up a little bit there, Rudy.
No, I got I don't know, some little flashing going on here or something. But I just wanted to welcome everybody here to the Ruckers Kev Invitational. And we're going to be running 100 laps here at Charlotte tonight with the Nationals car. So this is going to be really, really a good race, I think. We've got a lot of YouTube dignitaries here. We've got a lot of iRacing dignitaries here. Nimcross has showed up in the server, so we hopefully will see him on the track, and hopefully won't get too much damage that he can't get it fixed up, you know. So it looks like they're having their drivers meeting right now. He's kind of going over, laying everything out for them. And while we're doing that, we're just going to show this race is in the memory of Jason Disney. He is a friend that was killed in Afghanistan in 2002. So this is in memory of him. All right, well, as everybody's sitting on pit road now, we're let's see, what do we got here? How many minutes we got left till qualifying time? Not too many.
About 11.
About 11 minutes, okay.
I think they're having a drivers meeting, and I think they're probably going to go out maybe a little quick pit party and get prepared for qualifying, and then we want to get right to that 100 laps. And I kind of hope we see 100 laps of green. I'd love to see, you know, a green race. I'd love to see green flag pit stop. See what that does to the complexion of the race right around the midpoint.
Yes, definitely. I know I wanted to talk to you about this beforehand, Roger, and I forgot until just now. I really kind of hate to say this on the stream, but it's something that I forgot to mention, folks, to my co-commentator here. When we go to the grid and announce everybody, how about if I do the first 10, you do the second 10, and I'll do the third 10, and go on from there, okay?
I will follow your lead, sir, whatever it takes to get us through there.
All right. It's just so good to have you in the booth with me tonight. I appreciate it so much. It, you know, beyond words. I just don't know what to say. I thank you very, very much. It's just amazing. The job you do is just amazing, and I just run the cameras. you're the good voice in here, and you know, like I said, I appreciate you being here with me so much.
Well, I appreciate all the compliments. You know, I mean, if not for you, none of us are here. So you put the program together, and you make all the buttons work. So I just get to sit here and talk, and sometimes I like to talk more than others. I hope we just see a really good, clean race. I hope everybody kind of settles in, figures out what they got, figures out what everyone else has got, and you can't win it on lap one. You can sure lose it, but I'd like to see the last 15, 20 laps. A big challenge from several cars, and I know throughout the night we're going to see cars coming to the front, cars moving towards the back. It's just going to be this track and this car. I think it's a great marriage, and we've got some really talented drivers in here. So I can't wait to see how this is going to work. I'm ready to see qualifying. I wish we could jump forward 10 minutes.
Yeah, it would be kind of nice, but he's got a set agenda, and the race is to go off at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So he wants to stick by that agenda. So I can honor that. That's the work that he has put into this. It's amazing. It's something that I've always kind of wanted to do, but it's kind of hard for me with all the broadcasting I do here at MaxSpeedTV. To do all the things that needs to be done behind the scenes to get one of these events off the ground.
Well, hopefully at some point we can plan a big event for something, maybe around Daytona. How about that?
Yeah.
Maybe we get a big Daytona race going. That gives us a couple of months here. Maybe we can work something out and then maybe even find a charity. Get some people to donate some stuff. Give it to a charity.
That would be pretty cool. You guys follow us there on Twitch. You might want to maybe look for that here in a couple months. Maybe we'll throw something together, maybe like after the first of the year, and like Roger said, before Daytona. We can get something off the ground. We'll get a bunch of people in here, and we'll have a good time.
Yeah, we'll start looking around, find a worthwhile cause, and we can get going on that. I see 37 drivers signed into the server. I've seen time taken from 35 of those drivers, and he had somebody that showed up during the drivers meeting, so that's good that he's still getting drivers coming in even at the last minute. It's a big field. This is a big field, and I think we're going to see a lot of action. You and I are going to be really busy up here today.
Yeah, you're going to have to keep an eye on that mid-pack back there and let me know if you see any really good battles going on. Let me know, and I will definitely swing the camera back there. And we're going to try to give it the best coverage that we can, folks, here. Just two of us in the booth. And, one guy running the camera. It's a little tough to be everywhere, but we're going to try our darndest to get everything covered.
We need to find a good engineer, Rudy.
A good engineer, huh?
Somebody to operate all the cameras so you and I can look around and talk.
I agree, 100%.
Then we need to find somebody to do barbecue so we can eat, too.
Yeah, I know, because the food here at the track's not that great. Now, the Budweisers are good, and the Coors Lights are good and all that, but the sandwiches aren't so good.
Right. It looks like they're rolling out on their party, Rudy, and if you don't mind, I'm going to step away before this thing gets to kicking here, take myself a little break, and maybe go get me a cold one real quick.
All right, that sounds like a winner. Knock yourself out, buddy. Good to see Nim cross-eyed here having a good time. I hope he really enjoys himself, and I hope everybody respects him out on the track. I don't want him to be a target. You know, I don't want everybody to think he's got a target on his back out there. He wants to go out and have fun just like everybody else does. I don't think we're going to see that. I think these guys all respect him a lot, and you know, for everything that he's done for all of us. And we owe him a huge, huge thank you. And you know, I hope he conveys that message back to the officials at iRacing, and make sure they all know how much we appreciate the work that they've done. Well, coming down to about 3 minutes here, we'll have qualifying taking place here. We'll try to follow somebody around here and see what kind of qualifying times they'll get. But I think we're going to have a pretty good race here amongst all these drivers. If you want to follow some of the ones that I do have here, like Kevin O'Keefe's Twitch and YouTube there, if you want to follow him. Matt Orr, these are only the ones that I have. These are just some of the ones that I have the addresses for. Leah Wilson, but I have not seen Leah out there today. Not sure if she has not made it. Something else may have come up, but also hers. Shane Taratuta, which is on the track, and Eddie Curry, but I haven't seen him here tonight either. So probably, well, two of these people have not made it here that I had on the list of just of drivers that I know of their Twitch and YouTube, and these are the ones that are big followers of Kevin. Rutgers Kev.
Okay, buddy, I am back. I am ready for qualifying. Looks like we got, what, about a minute and 15 seconds?
Yeah, pretty close to that, yes, sir.
Layla Wilson just arrived.
Oh, she did. Great, great. Just popped all their addresses up on the screen there, and just so everybody does have them. Leah Wilson's YouTube is there. So if you guys, anybody wants to jot down any of those, then you can follow them on their Twitch or their YouTube accounts. There's all the addresses for you.
Well, if you're a YouTube watcher or a Twitch watcher, subscribe to everybody's channel that you see in here. It's good for you, it's good for them. You get a chance to see some stuff, maybe something you've never seen before.
Absolutely. And follow us too at twitch.tv/MaxSpeedTV. And you can look us up on YouTube at MaxSpeedTV1. Just type that in the search bar, and should bring up all of our videos, MaxSpeedTV videos. And please subscribe there. We're looking to, if we can get 100 subscribers, we are going to have a drawing after we get 100 subscribers, and we're going to have a drawing for $50. $50 winner goes to the winner of whoever's name we draw. We're going to throw everybody's name in a hat, pull one out, and they get $50. So, all right,
buddy. Here we go. They're getting ready to run them out for qualifying.
Yes, sir. And while they're doing that, I would like to take a second here while they're qualifying, and let's have a moment of silence for Jason Disney. All right, well, that paid a little respects to the guys out there and in Afghanistan and Iraq and stuff. I wanted to thank them all fighting for freedom here in the United States, and gives us the freedom to do what we're doing right here. And thank you all very much, all of the soldiers. All right, so how do you pronounce that? Chenoweth?
Randolph Chenoweth,
Chenoweth
sitting on top of the qualifying leaderboard. He has just been bumped out by Hoyt Smith.
Wow.
About 1/100 of a second.
28.881. Wow, that's a fast lap.
Yep.
Gable coming in third there. Hollingsworth fourth. Matt Orr in fifth. Bouchard sixth. Good job by Bouchard.
The 21 cars have already taken time in qualifying. About 38 left to do so, total to do so. I'm sorry about that.
Kevin O'Keefe coming in on the top with a 28.829. Wow, where did that come from, Kevin? Now I know why he wanted to have this event. He wants to go out here and show off in front of all these dignitaries. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, maybe he sandbagged it just a little in practice.
Ah, you just never know. No, I know Kevin. He is a good racer.
Tricky.
We still got a couple guys here. How many seconds they got left to qualifying?
Right under a minute. We're showing about 8 or 9 still haven't. I can see 2 or 3 still out on the track. Haven't taken time yet, but they're working on it. CJ Guarnacio, I was watching him there. He put in 888, qualifies him third currently.
Very tight field here. I'm seeing. Wow. Just in the top 10 there, we're talking less than 0.2 of a second just in the top 10.
Right at 0.2 of a second for the top 15.
Oh man.
Looks like we might have a couple that are not going to take time, and that's really a strategy play there. About 6 or 7 drivers just going to go ahead, let the time expire, start at the back. If there happens to be any issues, they're going to have time to miss those by starting behind the field. So I think that's a strategy play by a few drivers.
Oh, definitely, yes. Well, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way, folks. I apologize for this, but I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way, and we're going to try to get a good shot here of each of the cars, hopefully. Not that car. I'm going to look for a good shot here. I want to have a good shot of every car.
Man, I get a great camera angle on this one just with the defaults because the TV1 and TV2 seem to be a little ways away.
Yeah, I got a different camera pack.
Good deal.
Yeah, but okay. Well, Kevin O'Keefe on the pole in the number 29. Hoyt Smith in the 92 on the outside of him in the Tide Ride. CJ, how do you say that?
Guarnacio.
Guarnacio, okay. In the number 24, starting third, Robert Chenoweth. In the 31, starting fourth. In fifth, the number 82 of Justin Gable. In sixth, 26 of Race Clark. In seventh, the 22 of Thomas Keene. In eighth, the 13 of Jake Nichols. In ninth, the number 2 of Stephen Hollingsworth. And rounding out the top 10 is the number 7 of Matt Orr.
Starting 11th will be the number 27 of John Broussard. On his outside, the 12th spot will be the 05 of Charles Widner. The 13th position is held by the number 1 car, Zach Nofak. The 14th position is 34 of Gerald John. The 15th is the 78 of Robert Bardai. 16th will be the 007 of Jason Matano. 17th position is the number 14 of Joshua Mertz. The 33 of Ryan Eckstein in 18th. The 57 of Brooks Westfall starting 19th. And the 20th position is held by the number 5 of Michael Leonard.
All right. Patrick Lindsay in the number 50, starting 21st. Don King, 22nd in the 23. Gregory Heaton in the number 28 car, starting 23rd. Nim Cross starting 24th in the number 36. And in the top 25 here, the number 8 of Daniel Johnson. Leah Johnson going to be starting 26th in the 98. In 27th, the number 30 of Cody Miller. In 28th, the 37 of Slade Mitchell. In 29th, Brandon Butler going to be starting in the 25. Daniel Vining in the 99 going to be starting in the top 30.
The pace car's about to duck off here, Rudy, and we are about to go racing.
Let's get back up here. Kevin O'Keefe leading them around.
And green's in the air. Let the rough side drag. Go fast and turn left, boys. We are underway.
All right, he starts pulling away already. Roger, look at him pulling away already. He's got probably, about a second place already?
He's got at least 7/8 car lengths already on the 24 car.
Wow.
Of CJ Cornacchio.
Yeah. We've already got one off of the pace. Ryan Eckstein. I don't know what happened to him. I think he might have started on pit road. I think that's what happened.
Caution is out. I do not see smoke. Now I see it.
Oh, we got a big one back here. Let's go back and take a look at this in instant replay and see if we can find out what happened to these poor guys back here.
And the 5 car of it's the 14 car, and I believe Joshua Mertz and I can't tell the number. That's so dark. It looks like maybe it's the 33 of Ryan Eckstein.
Yeah, number 33.
We got together there in 2.
Yeah, boy, that tore up a bunch of cars here already on lap 2. They've already brought out the first caution. I hope this is not an onset of what these guys are up against tonight. But we're seeing a lot of the guys having to come down pit road now and get these things fixed back up.
I see about 6 cars involved in that. Looks like he just started. Teen was up on the outside. He kind of was off the gray there a little bit. Looks like the back end stepped out on him and he cut right down across the nose of the 33 car. Really wasn't anything that Ryan could do. He just got into him and that started kind of a chain reaction. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's too bad. You know, this being this early that we see a caution come out like that. But you know, they'll get the car fixed back up. He'll get back out there. Not a big deal. Maybe a couple laps down, but you know, hang in there, guys. Hang in there. You got a lot of racing to go.
Looking to see, it looks like we got a couple on pit road.
We have another one that has a couple more that have taken their cars behind pit wall, or they may be in tow. Michael Leonard and Patrick Lindsay. They are off of the track right now.
They were both involved in that, and was kind of behind. I think they saw what was happening, and one guy maybe lifted a little bit before the other guy anticipated him lifting, and he kind of got in the back of him, and that ended up being our second spin, which was right behind the original spin. It was the 50 car of Patrick Lindsay, and I would have to go back to look at who the other car was, but I just happened to be back there and saw that right behind what I initially saw between Mertz and Eckstein.
Right. Okay. Well, hopefully everybody's okay. Nobody needed a trip to the infield care center, but we don't want to take this out of the sim context. But it's a little bit of fun when you do that. Got to make it as real as you can make it, you know. A lot of good, nice-looking paint jobs out here tonight, Roger. I'm going to have to say one of my favorites is that Tide Ride. He has definitely got a beautiful-looking car there. I've always been a Darrell Waltrip fan when he drove the Tide Ride. And that would be Hoyt Smith.
Yeah, Hoyt's showing that Loads for Hope paint scheme from Tide there, and I think it's kind of fitting considering the memorial tonight that Loads of Hope is a charity through Tide that they give some money to, I believe, the Wounded Warrior Project.
Well, it kind of sets a theme for this then tonight that. You know, with the memorial for Jason Disney there, you know, a lot of these guys respect what our armed forces do for us, you know, each and every day. And, you know, I like to see things like that on the car. Anything that supports our armed forces, that's great. I highly commend the drivers for doing that.
Well, yep, freedom's never free. It's never been free. It's always taking people that are willing to give the ultimate sacrifice to let us do what we're doing right here. So my hat is off to all of the soldiers around the world.
That's for sure. I second that. So I hope you all are enjoying the show here tonight. Roger Wagner and myself, Rudy Cummings, here in the booth, and trying to give you a play-by-play of what's going on. And I hope we're doing a satisfactory job for you. These guys getting ready here, getting all lined back up, doubled up. Lights are off on the pace car. And this time by, we're going to go back to green flag racing, folks, so stay tuned.
Yeah, Rudy, I'm getting word here that the 14 car of Joshua Mertz, they are not going to be able to repair that and put him back into the race.
Ah, that's too bad. Oh, man. Yeah, so a lot of good cars taken out of the race already, so early. I hate it for them guys, you know, and I hate it for Kevin, you know, all the work that he's put into this, and I hate to see people have to, you know, get wrecked out like that and being taken out so early in the race. But better luck next time, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we'll see this all start to smooth out. It won't take long, and this will smooth out, and everybody will just kind of roll around here. We're going to be coming off. Bring us up to speed, will you?
All right, pace car is off. Kevin leading them down. Getting ready. Green, green, green. Here we go. Back to racing, guys. We got one off of the track, cleared down on
Zach
the grass.
Nowak right off in the grass right away right there. I was watching him from the start. Looks like he got her gathered up. He's going to lose a bunch of positions back here. He's going to go back in the field to around 20th.
We've got a good battle going on up in the front here. Wow, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all in a great battle going on side by side. 2 wide. We were even 3 wide coming down the backstretch.
Yeah, that's a wad of cars right there looking for one spot.
Hoyt Smith into the second spot, but on the inside of him, we've got another guy coming on the inside of him, Randolph
Chenoweth. Fanning out 3 wide behind that.
Those two battling side by side. Boy, there's some great racing going on up front here, guys. And it looks like Randolph is going to prevail on that pass and does get by Hoyt Smith.
Back here about 7th place.
Oh, and Hoyt Smith gets hooked in the back.
He just turned it.
Oh, man,
That's got a bunch of cars.
Oh,
they're still piling in.
Let's go back and take a look at this again. We're going to go to Hoyt Smith and watch him as he comes around. We'll watch this an instant replay here, folks.
That was ever the slightest touch on that left rear corner from Thomas Keenan in the 22 car. I know he was trying to stay off of him, and he got a little close in that air. It just tightened that car up just enough. He got up there and just touched the 92, and it doesn't take a whole lot to get these cars sideways. It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. We're going to go to we'll try to get a good view of this here, maybe to the far chase view. Oh, we're going to go back one more time. Sorry about that. I hit it a little bit too quick.
That was just the slightest little touch.
They come down the front stretch here. Looks like Thomas had a heck of a run on him going into turn 1, and I'm not sure, maybe he checked up a little bit too soon or something, and Hoyt just barely taps his left rear corner and just sends him right straight into the wall. Oh, man, Hoyt Smith went for a heck of a ride there, and I don't think it ended there, did it?
No, it did not. 6 more cars, and he got hit by at least 3 of those cars. It's going to take a little while to put the list of cars together that were involved in that.
Oh, my. Oh, my. I see the 82, the 57 getting into it. So we're looking at a lot of cars. The 77, oh, man.
The 36 of Nim Cross was in that.
Oh, no. So Nim already, oh man. All right, so going back live here, we got to get up with our leader, Kevin, leading them down. Didn't see anybody come down on pit road yet. Have you?
Just the damaged cars. No one from the front group has come down yet. I don't think anybody from inside the top 20 is going to come down right now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to give up that track position. Track position here, I think, is going to mean a lot in tonight's race. To stay ahead of maybe the cars in the back that are battling hard and get caught up in a wreck, So I think we're going to probably try to see some of these cars try to stay out as much as they can.
Yeah, and I don't think we've even scrubbed the new stickers off the tires yet. A couple laps of green, so none of these guys want to come in just yet, give up any track position. So I think you'll see everybody will stay out, at least through this caution.
All right, so second caution already, and we haven't had any lead changes. Kevin O'Keefe has led all the laps, 11 of them now. So, I think we're seeing what we were talking about, the two wide racing, different lifting points by different drivers, due to the fact that there's different levels of driving skill out there. And I'm not saying anything bad about anybody's driving skill. Probably every one of them out there is a heck of a lot better driver than I'll ever be. But all I'm saying is that somebody's braking points or checkup points is a little different than somebody else's, and that's where it comes into play here, where somebody could get tapped in the rear and spun out, and none of it's intentional. It happens.
Just racing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. It's just racing. A little loose here on cold tires. The guy behind you had a little bit of run, maybe bumped you in the back. And like I said, it does not take too much to get these cars turned sideways. And once they turn, especially in traffic, you got to have a lot of room to get them squared up. And Hoyt just didn't have enough room to get it squared back up. And when he tried to catch it real quick, it overcorrected on him, went straight on into the wall. Everybody else was just kind of, a victim at that point.
And it looks like Nim Cross has taken his car behind the wall now. Hoyt Smith, Brooks Westfall has taken his behind pit wall. So
I think Race Clark is still sitting on pit road. They are trying to put that car back together for him.
Wow.
And he's the only car of that wreck, I think, that is still running. and he's the first car not on the lead lap. 28 cars still on the lead lap in this.
Oh, that's great. That's great. All right, well, the lights are off on the pace car, and everybody's doubling back up, and they're going to take the green flag again here on lap 14. So get ready for a restart. Got 100 laps to run here tonight, so we've got quite a ways to go yet, folks.
Yeah, we're still going to have 87 laps when they take the green, so let's hope they go the rest of the way green. Maybe we'll get to see some green flag pit stops, and Kevin will have to give away a few extra prizes.
Yeah, that's what we got to see. I think that's what all the Twitch viewers are hoping for. So that's moved up a few of the drivers here after that, a little bit of entanglement there. I hated to see some of them drivers get into that. Wow, especially Hoyt Smith, because Hoyt Smith was one of my picks that I thought could pull this win off tonight. So definitely took my pick out.
He was definitely fast the entire practice session, and he qualified, right up there at the front. So, yeah, I thought he really had a great shot at this.
All right, pace car ducks off. Kevin O'Keefe leads them to the line, and it's green, green, green. Here we go, guys. All right, Kevin's starting to pull away a little bit now already, but Randolph not letting him get too far away, kind of tucking up behind him, getting a little draft coming down the backstretch. But looking on the inside, Thomas Keene looking on the inside of Randolph. Boy, and I'll tell you what, that's a side-by-side battle there. Randolph goes high coming out of the turn.
Caution is out again.
Caution out.
I got several cars sliding through the grass back here.
Looks like Barty, right? Robert Barty.
Bardi. Yeah.
Barty sliding across the grass, and that bringing out the caution again. I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to go down trackside here and try to see if we can get a word in with somebody down here, and we'll pick somebody. Go ahead and pick somebody, and we'll go down there and talk to them.
Well, I'd say let's go up. Let's go closer to the front. They'll go talk to Matt Orr. See if Matt will talk to you.
Alrighty, let's see if we can get him on the radio here. If the radio clears. Oh, all of them are coming down pit road now. I don't want to bother him when he's coming down pit road.
No, that's a good idea. And Rudy, I went back and watched that, and the 78 of Robert Bardi, he actually spun avoiding the wreck in front of him. The number one car of Zach Novak
Okay.
had gotten into, I believe, Daniel Vining, maybe?
Oh.
Maybe not. Donald King. He'd gotten in the back of Donald King right there. Just bumped him. Nobody hit anything. The 23 spun around for Donald King, and the 78 of Bardi slid through the grass, but nobody hit anything.
Oh, that's good news. That's really good news. Daniel Vining's staying out. We've got quite a few cars staying out here, but I believe they pitted before, and they're not going to pit this time. So, all right,
I think Daniel Vining was on pit road the last caution.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's get down here then, and we'll see if we can get a word in with Matt Orr. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Matt Orr, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
That's loud and clear.
Matt, how's the racing going out there for you tonight? We've had quite a few cautions. Are you okay? Is your car all intact and ready to go racing again?
Oh yeah, everything's in one piece. Just kind of looking to walk some laps, but you got to thin out the herd a little bit. It seems like here, so should be interesting. These cars are really fun to drive around this track. Lots of racing, lots of multi-group passing and everything. So.
Well, as much as we talk about it, this track, it does provide a lot of side-by-side racing. 3 wide sometimes can be a little bit of a no-no. But we've seen some really good racing up in the front. You guys are really putting on a great show. So good luck to you out there, and go get them, boy.
Thanks.
All right, so it looks like he's having a pretty good night. Looks like he's having a lot of fun. That's what it's all about. And I wish him the best of luck. Daniel Vining, excuse me, leading him around here, wants to get out there and lead some laps. Kevin O'Keefe now, which was our leader, he's going to be restarting from the 5th position.
Yeah, at least 4 cars that stayed out. Daniel Vining, Francisco Carballo, Stephen Hollingsworth, and Justin Gable moving up to the front there with Kevin O'Keefe and Randolph Chenoweth starting behind them. Little older tires, little fresher tires. We're going to see how that works out. As long as everybody shows a little patience and a little give and take, I think we're going to see a really good race up front here for the next few laps.
And you just hit the nail right on the head when you said that, Roger. The give and take. Everybody's got to have a little give and take out there if they want to finish this race in one piece. So, but the lights go off on the pace car, and we're going to go back to green flag racing next time by, folks.
Yeah, well, there's a mathematical formula behind that, Rudy. Give plus take equals respect, and if you show a little give and a little take, you can earn the other driver's respect, and that's what you got to do. You got to earn it. Guys just don't give away respect. So I think all these guys, they'll show a little give and take, and that'll go a long ways the rest of this race. Maybe we'll cut these cautions down just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how much some of these guys have raced around each other before this past week. I'm sure some of them have crossed paths somewhere along in iRacing. But learning how another driver rides and drives his car means a lot out here on the track. So not just your driving, but their driving also. All right, well, they're coming around here out of turn 4 here in just a second. And the pace car is going to make that hard left turn, and we're going back to green flag racing as Daniel Vining brings them around here at that slow, agonizing 50-mile-an-hour pace speed. And here we go. Pace car's off. And green, green, green. All right, Daniel, boy, getting a good run here, taking off. Stephen Hollingsworth going to pass up Francisco.
And a pass for the lead on the outside right there. Stephen Hollingsworth. Daniel Vining got just a little loose down on the bottom. I think he touched that white line, and that's a big no-no. That'll make the car jump sideways on you. Broke his momentum real good.
Oh, we got one off in the grass there.
The 31 car of Chenoweth going through the grass. He's got it gathered up. He did a really, really smart thing there. He kept that thing down on the apron, even going into one until he's got it fully gathered up. He's letting this stay green. He didn't take a chance on anybody running into him that didn't see him. That was really smart driving right there. That's a lot of respect right there for everyone else.
Absolutely. Good driving by him. All right. Well, we've got a new leader now as Hollingsworth is up in the lead. Let's get up here and take a look and see what's going on with him. He gets one heck of a run there too, and does wind up with that top spot. Thomas Keene into the 3rd spot. Kevin O'Keefe back up the 4th. Now the cars are starting to get spread out a little bit here, Roger. And how's it looking in the back part of the field?
Well, we had 3 wide for just a second back here around 12th place, but they worked that out before they got to turn 3. I'm seeing a single line of cars now. I'm not really seeing any side-by-side racing all the way towards the back. Kevin O'Keefe moving around the 77 there is about the only 2 wide on the track. Looks like he's going to take over the 3rd spot.
Does get one heck of a run, and coming out of turn 4, he does complete the pass. So moving into 3rd spot by Kevin O'Keefe. Good job. Francisco going back to the 5th place now as everybody freight trained by him on that inside. So I don't think he's too happy about that. putting him back to 5th, but the 29 now, Kevin O'Keefe passing, what was that, a lap car, the number 25?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was the 25 car of Brandon Butler.
Okay.
Just a little off the pace there.
Trying to get that thing, he probably had a little damage, and he may not be as fast, and he's trying to stay on that high groove to stay out of everybody's way. So good racing by him, a lot of respect coming out of that.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of keeping that out of everybody's way, so let these guys file by.
Coming up on some more lap traffic here, our leader, Stephen Hollingsworth, coming up on the back here of, I think that's Bill Schultz.
I think that's going to be Bill Schultz.
Yes, sir. Bill Schultz. No, and he takes it way off of the course, trying to stay out of his way. And Hollingsworth loses a lot of momentum on that. Wow, and Thomas Keene taking the lead. Wow, Thomas Keene.
Yeah, momentum's a big deal with these cars, Rudy. You really got to keep your momentum up. And if it's broken, it costs a lot of space on the track under green, because you lose 5-10 miles an hour. That guy behind you is on top of you quick, even if he's a second and a half back.
So back here, looking at Justin Gable in the
Caution is out.
We have another caution. Let's go back. Oh, we got a couple of them sliding across the grass here. The number 1 and the 39, Zach Novak, and the 39 coming together.
And I had just left that little bit of a battle there because it looked like they had sorted that all out.
Let's go back and watch. This is an instant replay here. Bill Schultz way down off of the pace, brings it back up onto the track, though. I'm not sure, he just wasn't up to speed there enough and caused a big wad up there. He come right up in front of the traffic. So
I'd say I think the guys didn't know how fast he was going, and I think they closed on him a little bit quicker than they thought, and there was just really no room for Zach to move until it was way too late.
Absolutely right. Yep, that's very unfortunate. Bill Schultz now trying to get caught back up to the field here and make it on pit road. I believe he's just going to enter pit road, take the penalty. I'm not sure exactly what his intentions are there, but Thomas Keene bringing them all down pit road. So here we are, lap 27 now. He had pitted earlier there before and didn't pit on the second caution, so now he's coming down on lap 28 here to get fresh tires. And let's watch these guys, see if they take right sides only or all fours or what they're planning on. Definitely want to top those tanks off of fuel. And it looks like he takes all 4 tires. And he
looks like he might get out with the lead too.
Yes, he does. If he didn't get caught speeding on that pit road, because he was moving along there pretty fast. Kevin O'Keefe coming out second, looks like. So
I happened to catch a glimpse of the before car there. It looked like he missed his pit when he initially came in and had to back up. And I think he had come in about 8th or 9th place. He's going to come out quite a ways back now.
Yeah, he's going to be clear back to 14th at the moment here. And that's too bad for him losing that much. You know, we talk about that a lot. You know, him having a 17-second pit time, 17 flat actually, when all these other guys were down in the 14s and 15s. You know, that extra 2 seconds on pit road, like I said, you can win or lose the race on pit road, and that just cost him about 9 positions.
Well, hopefully this early, it's not going to hurt him too much.
And Hollingsworth now back up to the 3rd position. I'm sure, that's about right where he wants to be after having such a great run there early on and did take the lead. And he got passed by that was the 22 of Thomas Keene when Thomas Keene took over the lead.
Yeah, and I think that was just a product of, he was in the lead and he was pushing a little to stay out in the front. He just got a little loose, broke his momentum, and that gave Thomas a really good run at him.
And Roger, going back to the pit times there, Steven there, Hollingsworth, he had a 16.3 second pit time. And like I said, when everybody else is pitting, making a 14 or 15 second, that extra second or two on pit road, man, that's a killer sometimes. So that
even at pit speed, that's distance enough 1, 2, 3 cars can go by you. And if you're 5, 6, 7 tenths quicker than anybody, you might pass 2, 3 cars before you get out. Looks like we're going to have a couple cars take the wave around here. I'm looking at the 21 of Andrew Plank and the 8 of Daniel Johnson. Look like they're going to take the wave around, at least pick themselves up 1 lap. Plank's going to put him back on the lead lap, and that will move the 8 car to looks like about 13 down. He was involved in one of the early cautions there. Had a bunch of damage.
Somebody we haven't talked about yet in the race is Leah Wilson. She's running back here in the 22nd position. Nice looking car, though. I like that car, Leah. It's very nice. She's one of the ones that she kind of likes to lay back a little bit, and she will be there at the end. You can count on her being up there. She definitely is a top 10 finisher in a lot of races that I've watched her race and raced with her. She's a top 10 racer. She's a very hard, steady, hit her mark every time. So good luck to her. Let's get back up here to our leader. Thomas Keene gonna bring him around. Lights are off on the pace car, and we're gonna get back to green flag racing this time.
I'm going through the field here in 18th position. Randolph Chenoweth is a guy that was running at the front, and then had just a little mistake coming off turn 4, cut it through the grass. He's picked up 7 positions since he got it back straight and got it running. I'm looking for him to start moving through the field pretty quick, especially if we get a green flag run.
Yeah, that was a nice little short green flag run we had there. Kind of leveled the field out a little bit and thinned them out. So here we go. Lights off, or pace car ducks off, excuse me. And Thomas Keene jumping the start. And Kevin O'Keefe was asleep at the wheel. What was up with that? And he's letting Stephen Hollingsworth get a run on him. Hollingsworth now getting by Kevin O'Keefe. And the 13 of Jake Nichols getting by him too. So Kevin O'Keefe sleeping at the wheel on the takeoff here.
Yeah, I'm not hearing the chatter that's going on down there with race control. I know in the meeting they said that the leader of the race has control of the field, so I'm wondering if that was a little, hey, that might have been a little too early. The pace car wasn't on pit road yet.
Wow. Now we got Matt Orr on the inside as he's side by side with Kevin O'Keefe. Kevin O'Keefe just barely keeps it off the wall coming out of 2. So he's pushing that thing all he can push it to keep that thing ahead of Matt Orr. Still coming down. Oh, Kevin O'Keefe beats him coming off of 4 that time. And Matt Orr slides it in behind him to take up that 5th spot. John Bouchard moving back to the 6th spot now. He's lost a couple positions after that restart. And now
looks like he's under fire from Kevin Schofield.
Yeah, Kevin Schofield ducking on the inside of him, and they went around a pace car, or a lap car there, excuse me, the number 8, and that was Daniel Johnson.
He had just taken the waiver around right before that.
Yeah, he's many laps down. I believe he's like 16 laps down. He was on pit
Jake
road.
Nichols inside of him, Matt Orr looking for the 4th spot.
Looks like he may be able to complete that pass, but he drifts up the hill. Oh man, that was close. That could
Kevin
have been
O'Keefe took 2nd place away from Hollingsworth right there in that same side of corner too, and he's going after the lead right here.
And we're right up here on this, and he's on the inside, got a nose up under him. If he can make it stick, coming down the backstretch. Looks like he lost a little bit of time on that. Thomas Keene definitely was stronger than him on that coming off the turn, and did power it out ahead of him. But look for Kevin O'Keefe to kind of stick his nose in there again if Thomas opens that door.
Thomas Broussard made a pass up to 6th place there. He passed Kevin Schofield.
So a lot of changing of the guard going on back here in field while we're watching this front here. Kevin O'Keefe back out in the lead now, as he did get by Hollingsworth. So this is some great racing going on here. These guys finally getting settled into some great racing. Thomas Keene all the way back to the 5th spot after that restart. And now we got a bid for 2nd place here as Jake Nichols stuck his nose in under Hollingsworth but couldn't make it stick. Now that Matt Orr on the inside of Nichols, Matt Orr going, and also Thomas Keene. Both of them passed Nichols on that. Just from the stretch to turn 1.
And Kevin Schofield and Charles Widner both go right by John Broussard, putting Broussard back to about 8th place there. He's been steady going backwards since the drop of the flag. I wonder if maybe he's thinking long green and saving a little tire.
You know, that's probably not a bad call. You know, these guys up front are racing hard and they are using up their tires, so it might not be a bad call.
It would be a very good strategy play if this thing went green for a while. Towards the end of the run, he'll be picking those guys off left and right. The best battle on the track right now looks like it's for about 13th position back here. We got a couple guys side by side, Gerald John and Gregory Heaton, for a couple of laps now. And they're still going at each other coming off turn 4.
Oh, they are. Great battle going on there. And it looks like Gerald going to pull. No, Gerald going to go back a spot. Yep, Gerald went back 1 spot to the 12th position as Jason Matano, how do you say that, Matano, got past him. I think I said that wrong.
Matano.
Moves up to the 11th.
Possibly.
He moves up to the 11th position.
Went back here to check on the 31 car I was talking about before we went green there, and yeah, he's only made up 2 positions since we dropped the green flag, so I don't see damage on that car. Right rear corner maybe just a little bit, but I don't know if that's affecting him a whole bunch. He's just not coming forward like I thought he would. He was really fast before he took that trip through the grass. Maybe something's been on that car and we just can't see it.
Well, you know, I think these guys may be starting to try to figure out that, you know, they better start taking it a little bit easier, you know, to avoid some of these wrecks and stuff to make it to the end. With no resets in this race, this is like real racing right here. You don't get a reset in real racing. Now the 007 looking to the inside of Gerald. Them two going side by side, coming down the front stretch here. Going into turn 1, let's see who's going to have a nose under who. All right, so Jason Matano now looking. Ooh, and he was a little bit loose coming out of the turn that time. That cost him a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, there's a group of 6 cars right there battling pretty hard now. We got caution.
Oh, let's go see if we can find out where the heck this caution was. Oh,
The 23 car I see coming to a little bit of. Oh, he got squeezed into the wall in the front stretch by the 39 car right there. He was just going to go right around him and Donald King, and I believe the 39, is that Bill Schultz again?
Yeah.
Same place as before.
Donald King coming up on him, and Schultz was taking it clear down on the white line there. And yeah, we're watching as Don King's coming around. Looks like Schultz just kind of, like you said, crowded him right out against that outside wall and just took him right out of the race right there. Wow.
Yeah, maybe a little indecision on the about which way he wanted to be passed right there, and didn't signal his intentions to the oncoming driver. And once you're committed, and I think Donald was committed to the outside there and didn't have a choice.
Yeah, if he would have tried to cut that down, he would have definitely spun it out. So,
well, I see a sneaky out there. My man in the 31 car, Mr. Chenoweth, has decided that he is going to stay out this time and get himself back to the front.
Everybody else coming down on pit road here, and Kevin O'Keefe, our leader, taking all 4 tires, topping off that tank with the Sunoco fuel, and he's away. And he does beat everybody to the line, does beat Hollingsworth to the line.
Now about this, Thomas Keene with an extremely slow pit stop. He's going to come out about 12th or 14th now.
Yeah, he had a 21-second pit stop. What the heck? What was going on with that? You hear any chatter down trackside to find out what was going on with that?
I haven't heard anything from him just yet. Maybe he had a little damage, optional damage he could get fixed.
Okay. Well, while they're under caution here, I'm going to play a little something for the viewers.
Say, folks, do you like iRacing? Well, I do too. Hi, I'm Rutgers Kev, just your average everyday personal injury attorney who likes to race iRacing to blow off some steam after work.
And he's going to come off of corner number 4, get the checkered flag. Kevin O'Keefe gets the win at Charlotte.
Check out my races at youtube.com/RutgersKev or catch me live, twitch.tv/RutgersKev. It'll be a good time.
All right.
Well, we have our answer, Rudy.
And?
They had to pull a fender out on the 22 car. He got just a touch of damage. Took him an extra few seconds to pull that out, and that's what dropped him back to 12th.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know, for future reference there, that he did have a little bit of damage. And if they got it fixed up for him, maybe it won't affect his driving the rest of the race then.
And looking at the spot where it is, or where it was, doesn't look like it's really going to affect him. The nose isn't messed up. Hood's still down. Just got a tiny little gap along that right fender and the hood right there. But I think he's going to be okay.
Very good, very good. Looks like the 31 out here is going to get away by. The 31 is...
The 31 is the leader of the race, sir.
Oh, he is the leader. I am...
Yeah, he pulled this sneaky. He was back there about 16th, deciding, we didn't run long enough for it to hurt my tires too bad. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to come up here to the front. Hopefully we'll get another, 10-lap run in, and we'll have another caution. And that'll leave me in the top 5-6 drivers on these older tires. I'll be able to come in with them, get right back on schedule, and be right back in a position I was in before.
Well, Chenoweth, we were watching him earlier. Very, very... very dominant driver, so let's just see how he's going to pull this off. Everybody else going to have fresh tires, and he's going to have a few lap older tires, and he may stay out there for a little while. Maybe long enough to bring out another caution, and he could duck in and get 4 fresh tires.
Now, his tires are about 12 or 13 laps older than everybody else's right now.
Oh boy.
It's a couple of tenths, pretty easy. On the start, maybe 3 or 4 tenths.
He's had a chance to get him cooled off a little bit, so hopefully it's enough that he can get this restarted and not cause an issue. If you're a little slower, sometimes in faster cars, it can cause an issue and wad him up in the back,
Right. Well, here we come, buddy.
Make sure we're live. Yes, we are. And the pace car is going to duck off here in just a second. It looks like Chenoweth laying back a little. Pace car's in. Kevin O'Keefe ready this time, but Chenoweth holding him back just as long as he can hold him back. Green, green, green. Kevin O'Keefe wasn't sleeping at the wheel that time.
That was a really, really good restart. I think Race Control was looking at trying to extend that caution period because the 93 car, the wave around car, did not wave around, and I do believe that it caused a big black flag situation right there.
Oh, we had 3 wide racing there for a minute.
Yeah, they're trying to sort this out.
Okay.
They're calling it under yellow even though they're staying green, while Race Control gets ready to display caution flag here. Just there it is, right there to slow this down, to fix all this. A couple of black flags got handed out. They're going to do some clearing. They're going to get some things fixed up. That was not a really good restart right there, and it wasn't the leader's fault. It wasn't anybody's fault. The 93 just didn't take his wave around, and he was down the apron, and they were being told to let him by, and if you don't let somebody by, when that green drops, you get that black flag, and you got to clear it under green.
Well, that hurt a few cars here, and if they're going to line up like they did, that's a couple of the cars are going to get shuffled back a little further than what they had actually restarted. But it'll all get sorted out here once they get it all fixed up. We are at the halfway mark now. And once they get it all sorted out, we're going to go back to green flag racing here as Chenoweth's still just kind of tooling around the track here. About 117 mile an hour, catching up to the pace car.
Yeah, they'll have this straightened out. It won't take just a couple of seconds for Race Control to straighten it out and get these black flags cleared, get them re-racked, and then we'll break them up again.
That was a good call on them, on Race Control to do that, because you only got 4 laps under a black flag condition, and it disqualifies you from the race, and we certainly wouldn't want to see anybody disqualified, because of some glitch or something that your spotter tells you one thing, and they're telling you another thing. So you got to get it all straightened out. So this was a good call on Race Control.
Yeah, they to get a black flag for something you really did that you deserved it for is one thing, but to get an undeserved black flag and under green conditions, it's really hard to get them cleared by the time you can complete 4 laps if you got 4 or 5 of them. So let's throw a yellow. Let's get them all cleared off and just get a reset. A couple of people may have lost positions because not everybody was on the same exact page at the same time, so somebody got passed. 1 or 2 positions, not that big a deal at this early stage in the race.
Now, it looks like everybody's having a pretty good time out here tonight. We've had a few cautions that they probably could have been avoided, but all in all, pretty good racing up front here. I've seen a lot of great racing. Matt Orr now running in the 4th spot, Kevin Schofield in 5th. Let's slide on back here. We've had a couple of them that have like Justin Gable now, he's up to the 5th spot, or 15th spot, 15th spot. Justin Gable's running in. So I think all in all, he's having a pretty good day out there in the GoDaddy machine.
Yeah, we've had a lot of guys that, for the early part of the race were at the back, went up to the front, now they're kind of hanging around the middle. Sometimes you just test things out to see, what have I got? What can I do so that when it is go time, you kind of already know you're not testing then. You already kind of know where you're at. So, we've seen a lot of, all through the field, good racing. I think you're seeing a lot more give and take right now, and that's how we're starting to stretch these runs out green, and we may see the rest of this race go green if everybody continues that.
Yeah, the guys have had a chance now to see these cautions out here, and I think it's kind of put the scares in them a little bit. And I think they're kind of lifting off that gas pedal just a little tiny bit to be a little safer. And that's good. That's what makes good racing out here, being safe and because when you're running side by side like that, you've got to be safe. You got to not only think about yourself, but think about the guy that's running beside you. And if you did cause a wreck, everybody behind you gets tore up.
Yeah, that's a perfect point. You know, it's not just about what's going to happen to you, but what's going to happen to everyone behind you. So if guys are thinking like that, then we get a lot of really good racing. And I know up to the front, it's been extremely exciting all night long. We've had a bunch of lead changes. If the rest of this went green, you know, I'd have to say my money's on the 29 car right now. But if the 31 can get fresh tires, that might be a little bit of a game changer too.
Absolutely. All right, well, they're coming back around here. Now, the lights are still on the pace car, but I believe they should go off this time by. They're probably getting the one to go now when they come by the line. And hopefully we're going to get in here. And I'm hoping that we do see some green flag racing now. You know, we've got a good mixture of some good, strong fellows up front here. Some guys that have saved their cars from the back and gotten back up to toward the front here. Bouchard now back up to 6th. Widener in the 7th position. Slade Mitchell in 8th. So some of the guys that were in the back are up in the front now, and I think we're going to see some really good racing.
Yeah, we got 27 cars still in the race, 23 still on the lead lap. Anybody can still win this. As long as we keep seeing a little give and take, I think you're going to start to see you know, who can save their tires. That's going to be probably a huge factor in the rest of this. I don't think anybody's going to have to pit again for the rest of the race. So we won't get to see green stops if it does go green, but seeing the end of this race, who can save their tires and make that late run, be pretty interesting.
All right, so Chenoweth leading them around, and his pace car comes out of turn 4. It's going to duck on pit road, and we're going back to green flag racing right now, guys. So hang on to your seats, because here we go. Pace car ducks off. Chenoweth gets a green. And boy, does he pull away. Look at him pull away from O'Keefe. O'Keefe's sleeping at the wheel again.
He might lose second place right here. Hollingsworth is clean inside of him. We'll see what the run is off the exit of turn 2 there.
Yeah, Hollingsworth had a strong run coming off of that turn. But boy, Kevin is really strong on that high side. Getting a lot of bite up there.
He's keeping the thing on the high side, keeping it wound up, and he's driving away from third place now.
Yes, now he's setting his sights on our leader out there, Randolph Chenoweth.
Thomas Keene back here just passed for 9th, and he is putting some pressure on 7th and 8th place. He's waiting for them to sort out their side by side down the backstretch so that he can pounce on one of those two next.
And we've got some side by side, lots of side by side racing going on back here. These guys really driving their hearts out right now.
Yeah, Slade Mitchell and Charles Whitner really getting after each other right there. And now Thomas Keene under pressure from Jake Nichols.
Not much changing here in positions as these guys go side by side like this. This really makes some great racing.
Pass for the lead up front. Kevin O'Keefe going around Chenoweth there for the lead. Just made that look easy through 3 and 4.
Kevin O'Keefe out in the lead then. I missed that pass because I was back there looking, but all right, Hollingsworth coming with them. Hollingsworth.
That looks like he's going to bring ore too.
Yeah. Well,
there's 13 lap old tires right there for you.
Chenoweth moving back to the 3rd position at the moment. Look at
if
that.
He can get in there somewhere and he can run right here for 8 to 10 laps. Maybe it's a lucky caution. That'll change it, put him right back to running at the front again. Otherwise, I think we're just going to watch the 31 car go further and further back as this run goes on.
Matt Orr sliding into the 3rd spot there. Great run by Matt Orr.
There's the caution.
Caution out again.
Oh, that's a big crash too. Cody Miller.
Oh my. Yeah,
it wasn't Cody. Cody was trying to avoid that, but he's the one that was flipping down the front stretch that I saw.
Okay, we're going to go back and look at this and see what...
The 34 car there. He just got it hung up in the wall and was trying to get it off the wall, Gerald John. And when he did, Cody Miller was just right there beside him already.
And I'm...
Yep, that started on that narrowed exit right there on turn 4. Boy, that wall comes up on you quick, and he got into it a little. Looks like the car got hung in the wall. And when he came down, he got Daniel Vining and Cody Miller.
Yeah, let's go back and look at this one more time because see it from a different perspective here. Cody Miller coming around, and you say it was up in front?
It was about 8th or 9th place. It was the 34 car Gerald John.
I see that, and he's clear up into the wall and comes right back down across the track and collects him. Oh my. Wow.
Yeah, he was just trying to get that car unstuck from that wall. Once you get in the wall, sometimes they're just really sticky there. He was just trying to pull it off there, and when it released, it just went right across in front of Cody Miller and Mr. Vining there. It got them both.
Dang. That's too bad. That tore up a lot of good racers right there.
Yeah, I think that tore up some guys that were kind of trying to be patient, ride around, save their stuff, make a run at the end, and now they're tore up pretty good. Daniel Vining's car is a mess, front to back, side to side, and across the top.
Yeah, he's on pit road here. Yeah, it looks like a disaster. I'm sure he is not happy with that. I mean, his pit crew probably just working the daylights out of that car trying to get it fixed up, and not sure if they're going to be able to do it or not, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the 30 car's in about the same situation. He's all kinds of tore up.
I'm dropping some frames here, folks, so I apologize. I don't know why it's dropping frames.
Daniel Johnson's car is a mess. I don't know that he was part of that. I think he's had some damage for a while, but I know his car is a mess too.
Well, Kevin O'Keefe back up front here, and I'm sure he's tickled about that. He's definitely a front runner, definitely strong here tonight. Hollingsworth very strong too. I'm very impressed with the driving that he's been doing. Matt Orr is another one that he's been kind of saving it and staying back like in the top 5, but just hanging there. And I think he's going to be there at the end. He's going to be a contender for this win. And another one that we ain't talked too much about was Kevin Schofield. Now, Kevin Schofield, I've watched him race a lot. And Kevin Schofield's another one. He's in the top 5 here, and don't count him out. He's definitely a strong contender at any track in any combination. So I've watched him race a good many times, and he's a good racer.
Now we get to see him in our regular Max Speed stuff Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, and it's good to see him out here in a big special event tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Chenoweth, now he's going to be starting in the 4th position. So I think he's right where he wants to be, Roger.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know, I'm sure he'd love to be up front, but I think he's right where he wants to be. I don't know if he's going to be happy with starting on the outside on this restart. The outside, well, we've seen Kevin O'Keefe handle it up there on that outside when it's too wide, but I don't like to be on the outside on this track. I like the inside line.
Well, yeah, I may have to start venturing up to the top myself if I were watching him, you know.
Yeah,
I got to wonder just a little bit, you know, we're past the halfway point, and I'm wondering maybe what, you know, some of these guys have been holding back a little, and now they know it's time to go. And if we're going to probably be done with the cautions at this point, I think if we get a chance, you know, not this lap, but maybe if we get another chance, we probably need to jump down. We can talk to one of our in-race guys, Rudy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. And we've had 3 cautions. Of course, that one was thrown by the race control. So but we've had 6 different lead changes. So yeah, we will do that on the next caution, and hopefully we don't have another caution. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to get down there and talk to one of the guys on the track and see how everything's going. I'll have you pick a random driver.
We still got 20 on the lead lap. Looks like we got about 24, 25 still on the track. So we still got a bunch of cars out here. Yeah, we still got a lot of laps. Got 38 when we take the green. Long ways to go. Got plenty of time here.
All right, lights off on the pace car. Coming into turn 3, pace car is going to duck off and coming out of 4, and we're going to go back to green flag racing. We're going to have to see if Kevin's going to jump this restart and if Hollingsworth's going to stick right with him. Pace car's off. And Kevin O'Keefe is going, so here we go. Green, green, green. And Hollingsworth hanging with them for a minute there. Matt Orr right on the inside of Hollingsworth, going to come along with him. And he does complete the pass. Matt Orr sliding into second spot. And now the 31 of Chenoweth looking like he is going to, got a nose underneath Hollingsworth, but if he can make it stick going into 3. Very tight corner coming out of 4. He pushes Hollingsworth out. Oh, man.
Hollingsworth got a good run on Orr right there, too.
Orr was a little bit loose coming out of that turn. Did you see him wiggling? And he kind of balled up everybody behind him.
Schofield had to check for the 31 right there. He got a little loose getting down the corner. It's going to cost him a couple of spots, it looks like.
Yeah, he's up on that high side, and I don't know if he likes it up there or not, but he did get some good bite coming off of turn 4 that time. But Kevin O'Keefe checking out. Hollingsworth in second, or in third, I'm sorry, Matt Orr in second. He's now 0.6 of a second behind our leader already. So definitely Kevin O'Keefe pulling away from the field by a little bit.
Cofield is still in that battle with Widner right there. They're side by side. This is the 3rd lap. Both drivers doing a really good job keeping those cars off each other, running their line, and keeping their momentum up.
And momentum is a lot here. You got to be able to keep that momentum up, and I think that's why we're seeing. Oh, we see 3 wide.
Little bump and grind back there. Everybody checked up when the 37 kind of lost his momentum, and the guys that were coming up behind Schofield and Thomas Keene, they're a little fender rubbing right there.
Oh boy, yeah, we've seen some 3 wide going down that backstretch coming out of 2, and like I said, a 3 wide here is a no-no.
Well, they made it work pretty good. Oh, and the 51 Schofield got turned right there.
Boy, did he ever.
Heaton got in the back of him right in the middle of the corner, just barely give him a touch.
Yeah, let's go back there and take a look at that. We'll go to the far chase view and go back to instant replay here and watch us as they come out of, that's out of turn 2, I believe, where that happened. It looks like the 28 right behind him, the 28 of Gregory Heaton. Heaton a little bit, boy, he was a little bit tough coming out of that turn. Schofield looked like Schofield was already starting to get loose coming out of, well, actually was going into 2.
Yeah, I think he lost a little bit of momentum right there, and like I said before, that's all it takes. Little touch, doesn't take much to get these cars squarely loose. Once that happens in the middle of the corner, it's a good chance it's going around.
And it looked like a couple of other cars got into him too. There, CJ and Francisco both got into Kevin Schofield too, so they both got a little damage on that also. So it looks like Kevin Schofield's car is a mess here. I don't know if his pit crew's going to be able to get that fixed up or not. He's on pit road.
Yeah, he backed that in the fence pretty hard there.
We're seeing a few cars coming down pit road here, but looks like our leaders may be staying out.
So we got about 6 that stayed out there.
Matt Orr now back to the 9th place. I'm showing only about 20 cars left in the race.
Yeah, we'll have 20 if the 51 can continue. I want to have you go down and talk to Mr. Chenoweth and ask him, what happened to getting back in the back there, and how he feels about, catching that caution right there. It's going to give him a chance to stay in about 8th or 9th place here, and is he going to have a chance to go back to the front?
All right, well, let me know when I can open the mic, and I want you to interview him. You talk to him and see how he's doing.
I'm not sure if I can do that from the spectator spot, can I?
Oh, that's right, you can't. Okay. Who did you want me to talk to? Chenoweth?
Randolph Chenoweth, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Bill.
Randolph,
go ahead and go.
Randolph Chenoweth. This is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
I got taken or taken.
Randolph Chenoweth. This is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going, Rudy?
Hey, it's going good there, man. You got back to 9th place now. Is your car okay, and how's it running out there today?
Oh, the car's running good. It's quick. I had I think it was around lap 20, I had a bit of an incident where I went sliding through the infield grass, almost wrecked myself. And I basically just took a risk with tires to get myself the track position back, and it seems to have worked out pretty well, I think. I think I'm in a pretty good position right now.
Well, do you think you got anything for Kevin O'Keefe up there in the front? He seems to be having a pretty dominant day out here. Good battle going on up in the front, and I'm sure you're missing battling with them guys up there. But go get them up there, and I'd like to see you in victory lane here. We're kind of rooting for you, Randolph.
Oh, I'd like to see myself in victory lane too. Thanks for the cheering on. I'll go up there and I'll take it to Kevin for sure. He's not going to be in too good luck if we stay green for too long.
All right, well, good luck out there today. All right, well, he thinks he might have something for Kevin in the long run, so we're going to have to see if he's got something for him, right?
Yeah, if anybody's been able to match Kevin, it has been him early in the run. Like he said, he had that little slip there early in the race, but looks like they've recovered, got him inside the top 10 again. He's got fresh skins on the bottom of that thing, and, that's kind of a big deal here, really. Fresh tires. He's probably going to be able to get 4 or 5 guys pretty quick there. Now, Matt Orr, maybe someone gives him a challenge early, but the rest of these guys stayed out in front of him, and he might make his way back up there. If this goes green for very long, I think them fresher tires are going to pay off, and he may have a shot at getting up there and putting some pressure on the 29.
Well, the lights are off on the pace car. Next time by, we're going back to green flag racing with, what are we going to have, 28 laps to go? 29 laps to go when they cross the line. So I'm not sure if these leaders now, being they haven't pitted, I don't know if they're going to have enough fuel to make it the whole way or not, but they may be banking on another caution here where they can duck in and get some fuel. But that remains to be seen. We're going to have to wait and see.
Yep. So we're going to have about 19 cars still on track, 18 of them still on the lead lap, maybe 17. 1 or 2 more cautions. Everybody be back on the lead lap because we got 2 cars a lap down here. David Jocks and Francisco Carballo. Everybody else on the lead lap right now. We're getting down to it. 30 to go. Yeah, it's going to get exciting for the next 29, 30 laps.
And it looks like Kevin Schofield has taken his car behind pit wall now. So there's another one out of the race. Too much damage, I guess.
Yeah, he hit the wall with the back of that car really hard. I was wondering if they could get it back out here. Pace car's about to duck off, Rudy.
All right. We're going to go back to green flag racing here, and Kevin O'Keefe leading him down, and he takes off. Green, green, green. Here we go.
I swear it looked like the 29 and the 22 are tied together with a rope, because as the 29 accelerated, the 22 went right with him. He's going to pick up 1 or 2 spots right here. He's going to be back in about 3rd or 4th by the time they get to turn 3. Thomas Keene just went like a rocket right there.
He sure did. He sure did. Charles Widener now up into the 2nd spot. Hollingsworth going around.
Wow.
Oh,
I got back up here just in time to see that. I was looking to see if the 77 car was in fact going in the pits, and I got right back in time to see that.
We're going to have to watch that again because I'm not sure if he had a little help on that or if that was just one of them deals where he was already starting to go around.
No, I think you're going to find that Thomas Keene got a little tight right there. Moved it up the hill just a little. The two moved down just a little, and when they met, the two ended up paying the price.
Yep, Thomas Keene driving it in there really hard. A little bit of neck coating there, but they would have touched anyhow because Thomas was on his way up the hill to gather him up. So that's too bad for Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth was doing so well today. Matt Orr getting a piece of the 13 into that. Oh, man. Oh, Matt Orr taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, 13 to 28's probably, he's smoking, rolling around out here.
All right.
I think our man Chenoweth got him a piece of that, too.
Kevin O'Keefe still staying out, Roger. Wow. Still staying out, not opting to pit on this at all. Maybe you think he's got enough fuel to make it the whole way?
Yeah, as many cautions as we've had, yeah, he's probably got fuel to burn.
Okay. Obviously, he feels pretty confident with that, staying out as many laps as he's staying out, and having older tires too, knowing everybody behind him is going to have fresher tires. He does have a fast car though.
Yeah, he's been kind of the class of the field most of the night.
Yeah. But Thomas Keene now into the third position, hooking the side there of Hollingsworth and spinning him. That's gonna, man, and I don't see any damage. I don't think Keene's got any damage on that car.
Oh yeah, that right front's still a little messed up. I'm not for sure that he's making a lot of friends right now. They were giving him a little static about the last one, but now when you race tight and you race close, like I told you earlier, way at the beginning of the broadcast, you get up behind somebody, lose the air on the nose of this car, it'll shove up the hill a little bit. And I kind of think that maybe that's what happened there is he got tied up behind Widner, and he slid up and got into the left rear corner of the two. That little bitty touch, once again, we see it doesn't take much of a touch and around you go.
That's for sure. That's for sure. These cars are so sensitive coming out of these turns. Like you said, the least little tiny touch, man, and I'm telling you what, they're going around. But the one that's really surprised me now is Charles Widener up there in the second spot. I mean, after that, him and Hollingsworth battling there so hard. And here he is now up to the second spot. Great run by him. He came from the back of the field back in there quite a ways. Let's take a look here and see. He started 7th, but he had drifted back quite a little ways, and then he's worked himself back up to the field and in second spot. So great run by Charles today.
You have him starting 7th?
Yeah.
I show him starting 12th. I don't. Maybe we are getting different information there. But yeah, there was a time when we talked about him in a 2-3 wide battle back there at about 15th or 16th, back about the midpoint of this race. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little before that. Maybe he was playing a little possum on us and was saving his stuff, and now he's trying to show out what he's got.
Well, you could be right on that because I had to reset things here, and I probably lost that. So yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, he did start 12th. My bad.
I thought maybe we were just getting different information. You never know. I mean, the computer age and a little glitch. You could be getting 7th and I'm getting 12th. Who knows?
That was my fault.
Well, we are thinning the herd a little bit, sir, and it's unfortunate for a lot of drivers. They have a lot of good cars in here, and a lot of those cars are loaded up on a trailer heading home now. But we still got a lot of really fast cars out here. We're going to have about 23, 24 laps to go when we take the green. I'd like to see this play out on the green and see who's got what on the older tires at the end, who can do something.
Definitely, yeah. We know the leaders, have not pitted for quite a few laps now. Probably got, about 25 laps on them tires now? And
yeah, but not all that's green, Rudy.
Right.
So it looks like we're going to restart with the 29 of Kevin O'Keefe and the 05 of Charles Widner on the front row. Thomas Keene's going to restart 3rd. Jason Matano, Randolph Chenoweth, and Justin Gable going to round out the top 6 there. Some of the faster guys all night, up to the front at the end. Not really a big surprise, but how they got from point A to point B has been kind of shocking.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been a pretty interesting race. I mean, some great racing. So, all right, well, pace car's going to duck off right here, and we're going to go back to green flag racing. And Kevin O'Keefe jumps that green flag again. But Charles Widener right there, ready to strike, not letting Kevin get out there too far this time. But boy, Kevin sure does have a lot of power, doesn't he?
And he gets great restarts. 7-8 car lengths by the time you get to turn 3. That's a huge cushion for anybody to run you down.
Matano now up to 3rd, letting Keene go back to 4th.
Oh, he got loose right there. That's going to break his momentum a little bit.
Yeah.
Keene's right back on him.
Keene, looks like Keene's going to come by him coming down the front stretch, and going into turn 1 does get by him. So Keene moving into the 3rd spot. And we got another battle right behind them. Chenoweth.
Justin Gable and Randolph Chenoweth, and Gable was able to hold him off on the outside. Chenoweth had to really pedal it in 1 and 2. He got loose getting down the corner.
Oh, and Chenoweth loose again coming out of 4, but he manages to hang on to it and does get a pretty good run right there. And it looks like going into turn 1 he's going to complete that pass.
I know Shane Taratuta right there in the 32 car. He's just waiting to see what's going to happen, because I think he's a little faster than these guys right now. Could be because they're side by side, but I think he's just waiting for his opening so that he can jump right past the 2 of them and get up there in the top 5.
Well, Gable is so strong on that high side, and we've seen that. We've seen Kevin O'Keefe running that line earlier, and Kevin really strong up there too. So that's definitely something you got to put in the old memory books right there.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked about that 7 or 8 car lengths that O'Keefe got on the start. It'd be hard to run him back down. Yeah, Widner's closing in on him. It's down to about 4 now.
All right, well, Chenoweth does move up in front of Gable, and Gable going to lose another spot here as Shane Taratuta's got a run on him this time. Where did Shane
there's your guy,
Taratuta
John
come
Broussard. He's lurking right there behind them guys, too.
Yeah. So where did Shane come from? Boy, he was a little bit loose coming out of the turn that time, but boy, he's just keeping his foot right in it.
I think he's one of 2 cars on the track that doesn't have a wrinkle on it right now, too.
Yeah,
the other one's the guy that's up front that stretched it back out again to about 7 or 8 car lengths.
Broussard right there being really tough on the high side of Taratuta. And that's that high line working again. If you can hold it there and keep it off of the wall, that must be the line here, Roger.
That's fairly impressive, really, with this car and this track. That they're really piling it off into the corners on that high side, and it is sticking and going. And Chenoweth, he was making a move right there on Matano, just couldn't get it to stick. I think he drove it into 3 there really hard, trying to get it to get down inside, and it just wouldn't stick on him, and he had to roll out and let Jason have that spot back.
Hollingsworth back out on the track now, but he's like 9 laps down in the 16th spot. And they're showing 16 cars on the track right now, but
Broussard's going to clear Gable coming off of 4. Gable got a little loose on the outside, and that lets Taratuta come with him in the 32. So move Broussard to 6th, Taratuta to 7th, and Justin Gable back to 8th with that little slip on the outside.
Yep, and that's all it takes sometimes. These guys, they sit there and they wait and wait until somebody, the guy ahead of them makes a little slip up and you get by him.
Leaders coming into lap traffic, and they are way off the pace. Boy, he did a good job of missing those guys. Split right between them.
Thomas Keene in the 3rd spot, now 2 seconds behind our leaders is Widener right there, but he's 1.2 seconds behind O'Keefe. O'Keefe is just checking out on the field right now. Coming to 15 to go this time by. Kevin O'Keefe is just on a rail right now, Roger.
Yeah, we still got a great battle going right back here for 6th, 7th, 8th place.
Yeah, that's a tight battle.
Broussard going to take that spot away. He's going to take Teratuta with him. Right past Matano again. Matano on that outside line is so strong on the exit. You get such a run.
Teratuta just really he just can't get by him. You can't clear him, you know. I think if he could clear him, he may be faster, but he just can't.
Yeah, he cleared him there.
Yes, sir. He slides it up in front of him. Good job. Nice clean pass. Now, I think we've got some good clean racers finishing this race out here. It's unfortunate for all the guys that have gotten torn up, but boy, these guys are really racing clean out here and respectful now.
O'Keefe has checked out to another zip code now, 1.88 seconds ahead of Widener. Thomas Keene still running 3rd, Randolph Chenoweth 4th, John Broussard running 5th right there, but Broussard is catching, and Chenoweth, it looks like he's making a move on Thomas Keene right now for 3rd.
Yes, he is. Thomas Keene gonna lose that position and may lose another one here in just a minute. Broussard now powering it in. Look at him power. He slides it up the hill. Them two side by side. Whoa.
Very good job of staying off each other. Both drivers gave a little room right there.
Man, I am telling you what, but Broussard does get by him. Now Teratuta
and that
moving
hurt
by
Keene.
him.
Teratuta come right with him. I was just getting ready to say that, Rudy. And Keene had to lift a little and give that space there in 3 and 4. That just broke the momentum and let another car go right by with Broussard.
Yep, so Thomas Keene going clear back. He's back in the 6th position now. All the lap down cars staying way up high. They're letting everybody by, so good job by these lap down cars. As now Kevin O'Keefe is out to a 2.5 second lead over Charles Widener. Wow.
Yeah, I think they call that stinking up the show.
He could lift a little, you know, and let them guys catch up.
Make it interesting. I don't know. We got a really good battle here going for about 5th, 6th, and 7th place. So
yeah,
I'm watching Broussard making a move right here on the 31 of Chenoweth.
That seems to be the battle of the racetrack right now, and using the lap cars to help them make that pass. So holy smokes. Chenoweth now up to the 4th position. Broussard in the 3rd position. And Shane Teratuta just hanging right there, just waiting to see what these guys are going to do in the 5th position. They're just hogging up the whole track right in front of them.
Oh yeah, they're side by side. I mean, we're inside 10 to go now. Now the give and take, the give part might be just a little bit smaller.
Yeah, these guys know that it's, everybody out here right now has got the hammer down. They're not giving a square inch of this track. And, they're catching up on Widener real quick here.
I was just getting ready to mention, these guys are racing each other really hard, and yet they are still closing in on the 05 of Charles Widener. He's looking in his mirror going, guys, yeah, keep that up. Wait a minute, hold it. You're still catching me. Hang on.
I think he might have used up his tires up there in the front trying to catch O'Keefe. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And
Well, we've been out here on these tires a long time. You said it before we went green. So, now you know what you had.
Widener now 3.8 seconds behind, 3.9 seconds behind O'Keefe. O'Keefe coming to the line. This time will be 6 laps to go. But still a great battle going on here. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th now.
Yeah, and those three have kind of eased away a little bit from the 31 of Chenoweth. And I think the little bit of nose damage he got in that last yellow has really hurt his car on this final run right here. And it's unfortunate because he had really worked hard to get back from the 25th position after the slip on about lap 20 or 25 to get back into this position.
Yeah, he's moved back to the 4th position now. And that's, like you said, that's a shame because he was really strong and was keeping up with O'Keefe for a little while there.
Well, Broussard's moved into the second position. Teratuta went ahead and went with him past Widener. And Widener's going to be under fire from the 31 here in the last few laps of Chenoweth. He restarted there about 10th, and now he's running second. It's just run out of time to try to catch him, Keefe, and he's just so fast right now.
Yep. I think Chenoweth may have something for Widener there because, boy, he is right up on his bumper. And it looks like he's going to try to duck to the inside here. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough of a strong run coming out of 4, but Widener's going to have to lift a little bit or hit the wall.
Well, I think you hit it on the head when you said he probably used his stuff up, and those tires just aren't going to work on the outside, especially when they're old and hot like they are now. I'll be surprised if this battle lasts past the next corner.
Yeah, because Chenoweth is really strong here. We're both out there on, some older tires, but all right, well, 4 laps to go here, closing in on the laps here, guys. Wow. We're going to have to get up to our leader here, and 3 laps to go. Excuse me.
Widener is not giving that spot away. He is going to make Chenoweth work for that. And here's a battle for second. Teratuta, he looked in there.
He did. He looked on the inside for just a second. Had a good run.
He had a little run coming out of that exit right there. Yeah. And he, I think he lifted because he started to push out just a little bit, and he didn't want to turn John right there. Now he's got a big run coming off of 4.
And 2 laps to go, coming through the tri-oval. Teratuta taking Broussard, slides it up in front of him, taking over the second spot. This could be the battle of the race right here going on.
Broussard crossed him back over, coming off of 2, and he's going to really drive it into 3 here.
Oh, I hope he doesn't drive it in too hard and slip up into it.
He almost did, and he decided it was best to lift a little and give the spot instead of putting them both on the fence. 2 to go right now.
Final lap. Here we go. Kevin O'Keefe coming around. I know we haven't been on him too much, but we've been back there watching the good battles going on. But Kevin O'Keefe bringing it around, bringing it to the line.
Yeah, I bet he'll understand. He stunk it up a little. We were watching the exciting stuff because we still got a battle for 5th place going on right here, coming to the line through 3 and 4. They're side by side.
And Kevin O'Keefe winning here at the Rutgers Kev Invitational. Excuse me, I'll get it out right. Good job by Kevin O'Keefe out there today. Wow, he did stink it up, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Bring Shane Teratuta home second. John Broussard came home third. Randolph Chenoweth completed the pass on Charles Widener to finish 4th, with Widener running 5th. Thomas Keene came home 6th. Justin Gable 7th. Robert Bardai 8th. Layla Wilson, you talked about her being there at the end. She comes home 9th. And running out the top 10 was Andrew Plank.
Very good. Kevin O'Keefe. Wow. Well, we're going to have to wait for them to get a little congratulatory in on him. But we're going to get down there and get a word in with him in a minute here. I think he's going to light the tires up here, I think, and give us a little victory burnout.
Probably better take him a little cologne when you go down there to interview him. He stunk it up tonight. He was fast.
Let me know when they're clear down there, and I'll see if I can open a mic to him.
Yeah, he's still working on his burnout, getting a little, congrats and great show. And I bet you can talk to him now, though.
Hey.
Kevin O'Keefe, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Copy, Rudy.
Wow, you just kind of stunk that race right up, buddy. Good run. Way to finish it and come home top spot. You pulled away by so much on that track. Oh, man, it was unbelievable. You were hooked up pretty much the whole last part of the race. Nobody could even touch you. But tell us a little bit about how the racing was out there for you today.
I'll tell you what stunk the race up was that second car taking out Hoyt and a couple others, because we had been running practice races all week, and those were the main contenders. I think, at the end, no offense to the rest of the people, I think we had 1 or 2 of the guys that were the main contenders who've been running in the top 2 or 3 every practice race left at the end. So after that, it was just stay out of trouble, which is why I stayed out for a couple cautions, just to stay out front
stay out of trouble.
Well, you did a heck of a job, Kevin. Congratulations again. This was a great event that you put on, and we want to thank you very much for the opportunity to broadcast this. I appreciate that very much. But you put on a heck of a show out there today, and congratulations again. Good job.
Thank you, and I'd like to add $10 to Shane, who finished in second. I'm going to call that a win, and $5 to John Broussard, I think, or to Broussard, and stick around after all the interviews, and we'll announce the winner of the $5 for the random driver who got 0X.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Good job. Shane Terratuta, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Wow, that was one heck of a battle you guys put on back there. That was definitely the battle of the show today. We watched you for them last few laps. We weren't even on Kevin. No offense to Kevin, but the battle back there was so intense. What a great finish. Congratulations coming home second spot today, Shane.
Thank you very much.
Well, tell us a little bit about how them last few laps went, because you and John Broussard were battling it so hard. Tell us a little bit about that battle.
Well, on the restart, I was kind of relaxing a little bit after the last caution, and then I looked over there and seen that we had about 12 or so to go. So I was like, I'm just going to push it a little bit. And, during the whole race, like Kevin said in the beginning, we had a few drivers that were in the top 5, even top 10 that were really good, but they got taken out, and, I was fortunate enough to work my way up there. But as I continued the whole race, I never really raced these cars here at Charlotte, but as I continued the race, I kind of found the racing line of how to, put your car into the corner there and let it, kind of stay on the bottom and then come out, and, I come home here in second. I'm just really happy about it. It's just awesome, and thanks, Kev, for doing this little invitational thing. It was real fun.
All right, well, great job out there today, Shane. You want to give a shout out to anybody?
I want to give a shout out to RKR.
Yes, I'd like to give a shout out to MaxSpeedTV for broadcasting this. Shout out to Kev for putting these kind of races on, and a shout out to all my viewers in my stream and everyone else who's streaming, and all the drivers. Just thanks for having a really great race. It was really rough in the beginning, but we come home with a great race, and that makes up for it.
All right, Shane. Well, I guess Kevin said you're going to be the recipient of the $10 because he put it on. He doesn't want to take the $10, I guess. So I guess you're going to get it. But great job out there today, and congratulations again, Shane. John Broussard, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Rudy has no mic.
Did you copy that, Rudy? He's unable to speak right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Well, congratulations to you anyhow, John. Great run out there today. That looked like a lot of fun. You and Shane battling so hard amongst all them drivers up there. About the top 5 or 6 there, it was one heck of a battle. But congratulations to you, John. And I guess you're the recipient of the $5. And Kevin's going to announce the winner of the other $5. So give him a little bit here, and we're going to kind of go over the results, and we'll see where it plays out. All right, so let's go over the results here real quick as they're ironing out all them final details. Kevin O'Keefe, of course, our winner here today, beating Shane Terratuta by 4.6 seconds, Roger. Wow.
Yeah, he was just, that car was hooked up the whole race. He was just on rails. And I think he really told us his strategy. He just wanted to stay out of trouble. Once he got back to the front, he knew the best way to stay out of trouble, be in front of all of it. And he did that. And, it paid off in dividends for him. That is huge, considering, as close as the racing was, the rest of the way back, for him to dominate that much.
Definitely, definitely. All right, well, Shane Terratuta then second, John Broussard third, Randolph Chenoweth in fourth. Charles Widener going clear back to the fifth position there on them old tires, and we knew that was going to happen to him. And I feel bad for that, but he did have a good running truck or car up there at the beginning of that last restart, and tried to hang on to Kevin O'Keefe, but just couldn't quite get it done. Thomas Keene in sixth place. Gable finishing seventh. Robert Barty, wow, he come up to eighth. Great run by him. Leah Wilson in ninth. Good finish for her. In 10th place, Andrew Plank. And go ahead there, Roger.
And the last car on the lead lap in 11th was Jason Matano. Let's see. After that, David Jacques in the 42 finished 12th. CJ Cornaccio 13th, Stephen Hollingsworth 14th, Slade Mitchell 15th, Matt Orr 16th, Jake Nichols 17th, Gregory Heaton 18th, 19th went to Francisco Carballo, and 20th to Kevin Schofield.
All right, 21st was Gerald John, 22nd Daniel Vining, 23rd Cody Miller, 24th Don King, 25th Brandon Butler, 26th Alec Stello, 27th Bill Schultz, 28th Daniel Johnson, 29th Zach Novak, and 30th Race Clark.
31st was your dark horse at the beginning, which he really wasn't a dark horse. Hoyt Smith. 32nd Brooks Westfall, Nimcross Jr. 33rd Michael Leonard, 34th. Patrick Lindsay was 35th. Josh Mertz was 36th. Ryan Eckstein, one of the early exiters, was 37th. And Richard Welkers was 38th.
All right, well, these guys get that figured out here. We're going to, I'll just throw this up here real quick. This race was in part for the memory of Jason Disney here, that was a friend that was killed in Afghanistan in 2002. So had a very short life, and you are certainly going to be missed. And sorry to hear, sorry about that, and wish your family all the prayers.
Yep, and I do have the winner of the $5 for the Clean Racer Award.
Okay.
That was to Charles Widener in the 05 car. So, even though he slipped all the way from second to fifth in the closing laps there, he's going to get a little take-home money for his efforts.
Ah, very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. He had to slide back to the fifth position, and at least to come out of there with $5 on it, hey, it was worth his efforts, keeping that car clean.
Sometimes it just pays not to get in the mess.
Yeah. So I guess what we're waiting for, Kevin O'Keefe wanted to get down here with us in the booth, and I guess say a few things over the air here, but kind of waiting on him. But so what did you think of the race out there, Roger? What's your feelings on the whole race in general?
I think we got to see some really good racing. Once things kind of smoothed out, the bumps and the bruises, and we talked about it. Guys unfamiliar with each other's driving styles, and this car, this track, this setup. Sometimes it takes a few bumps and bruises just to get to the best parts. And we got to see the last 25 laps green there, and the racing was great once it stayed green. The battle really was third, fourth, fifth. Until the very end, and then we got to see second, third, and fourth battling. But we got to see that the cars were really pretty equal. O'Keefe just was so much faster than everybody else, so much smoother, so much more rhythmic in the way he drove the car, and it just showed out. When you're consistent, you win, and that's just what he was. But overall, I think it was a good race. It was a great event. I hope to see somebody do it again soon. And I'll be happy if they give us the nod to go ahead and broadcast the next one for them. It was fun to do.
Yeah, Kevin did talk to me briefly there beforehand that there was a good chance that maybe we might be able to do another event. He's kind of busy right now, and with the time that he had to take and do this while he's trying to do his job too, it does. A lot of people don't realize the work that goes involved in putting things like this together, But I think he did a great job. My hat's off to Kevin. He outdid himself. And, this was a great event, and I think everybody really enjoyed themselves out there today and had a good time. I feel bad, Nim Cross getting taken out with kind of early. I was really looking forward to, seeing him on the track a lot more in the broadcast. And just about the time we were getting on him, he got taken out. So it's too bad for him. I feel bad for Nim. He was at least going to get out there and try to run with the boys and have a little fun and enjoy himself and relax a little, and he got taken out. But a lot of good racing I seen, not just up in the front, but in the back of the field. The racing was just absolutely fabulous. I'm so impressed with some of these guys out here. And we talked about this beforehand too, Roger. The level of the, well, I don't know how you'd want to put it, the level of their driving abilities and things like that really showed there today, though. Even some guys that maybe didn't have the ability as some of the front runners, they still ran an excellent race. And, my hat's off to all of them. They all ran a really good race. Side-by-side racing that we've seen here at this track, and again, going back to what I talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, this is not a track that's 3-wide friendly. And 2-wide's pretty tough unless you got a couple of really good drivers. So, but all in all, my hat's off to Kevin for putting on a great event. And Kevin is in the booth with us now. So, Kevin, I'll let you have the floor, buddy.
Well, I just want to stop in and announce the winners. So, apparently, only me and the 05 finished the race with 0 incidents. So, Charles Widner gets the $5 for finishing the race with 0 X's. And I did a random drawing of every driver in the race because we went the last 20 laps with no caution. And the winner was I drew number 13, so that's a 13th place finisher, and that is CJ Cornicho, I think is how you say his name. So he gets $5, or it's actually a special prize I'm going to give him for the last 20 laps being green to the end. And thank God it went green to the end, because if there was a caution with 10 to go, I think I had to pit. And who knows what would have happened.
Yeah, I think your tires would have been old enough. You probably couldn't have stayed out there, because several of the guys, if you stay out, everyone else goes in, and you're stuck. So yeah, I think you're right. It was good to see. That was some great racing behind you. I know you couldn't see it because you were so far gone from everybody. You couldn't even see it in the mirror. But second, third, fourth, fifth, even back to sixth for a long time, they were side by side and making pass after pass back there, and it was just a blast to watch those guys. They did a great job, no one touching. Several instances where it could have been really hairy, and they made it work. A little give, a little take, and everybody got through it. And it was a lot of fun to watch, especially the last 20 laps. But the event was great from start to finish. We had some bumps and bruises. That's going to happen. Rudy and I talked about that earlier. But overall, man, great job. Appreciate you inviting. I was happy to be here, and I hope we get to do it again sometime.
Yes.
Well, thanks again. Sorry, Rudy.
No, you're all right. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you too, Kevin. I appreciate you letting us broadcast this here at MaxSpeedTV, and I gained a lot of Twitch followers today, and thank you, all you Twitch followers, so very much. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you had a great time stuck in here with us. I know we had quite a few cautions, but all in all, a great race. And Kevin, please, if you ever have an event like this again, please consider us. Hopefully we met your expectations and put on a great broadcast for you today.
Well, I had your chat open the entire time on my second monitor, and all the chat was positive, so I don't see any reason why I wouldn't go with you guys again.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. And, well, I guess we'll wrap it up then. Is there anything else that you needed to say on here, Kevin?
Well, I don't know if we got the plugs in, but Let's just do a Google search. So it's Rutgers Kev, Empty Box, Leia Wilson, Frostbite 351 are all YouTube people, and Frostbite is Shane. He didn't do a good job during his interview too. He should have plugged his YouTube. But this is to not only get the word out about my channel, it's to get the word out about everybody on YouTube, because there's a lot of good things out there.
I agree. Yeah, we've got some really good followers here that, you know, I mean, I follow quite a few of these guys already, and the only one I think I didn't follow was Leia Wilson. Now I've got her YouTube. I will start following her. I'll subscribe to her channel. But I hope everybody subscribes to the MaxSpeedTV channel, and make sure you follow me here on Twitch also. I got 10 new followers today, and I owe that to all of your followers, Kevin. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
All right, Rudy. Now I'm going to keep the party going. We're going to practice some F1 in Interlagos for the World Tour event. So I'll see you on the road.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Kevin, and that'll wrap it up for this here. And thanks for joining us here at MaxSpeedTV for the Rutgers Kev Invitational. And we will see you the next time, hopefully.